Hello and welcome, everybody. It's your boy Portalis, aka DaKlone Gaming, Dak for short. Today's 4-hour-long DaKlone episode is one of the most interesting I've filmed so far in the series because we've got Battle Proven, we've got Freud, and we've got Smiter, all in voice chat talking about worldviews and what we think about things. So, politically incorrect or not, this one's a keeper for the records. Grab some popcorn and enjoy the show. Gentlemen,
Yeah.
Yeah, what's up, dude?
what's up?
Talking about a heat rash on my forehead.
Oh, you're getting enough water?
Tons, yeah.
Hmm.
And it was a nearly new hat. So, yeah, I don't know. It was hot today, man.
Yeah.
It was 90 degrees in the warehouse.
Oh my gosh, that's not good.
Yeah, I watched your video today.
Hell yeah,
I, too,
dude.
watched the video.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome, guys.
I was actually the first person to like it.
Sick.
Because I got the notification.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
Then I just made my boy watch a chunk of it, so.
That's awesome. Dude, you're going to love the next two videos that are coming out. One scheduled for July 1st and another one scheduled for July 2nd. I didn't want to just, release them all at once because then I kind of try to string them out.
So do you typically release videos in that format, like that long of a time frame?
Yes. And I do shorts. For every long video, I have one or two short videos that link back to it.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say you might want to think about trimming it down to a 30-minute synapse and then release, the full version as well.
And that's exactly why I marketing the series as the longest DaKlone, because it's just abnormally long videos.
I see.
But they're
I'd also suggest too, coming up with an intro or some shit.
Yeah, I've thought about that. I have thought about intros.
If you watch the Running Man Z, you could kind of almost do what he does, where he kind of does the video just starts out like him, starting his play sesh, but then because he's watching it back, and obviously posting it on YouTube, he does a little commentary at the beginning of the video, kind of giving a synapse of what that journey had, and then he's kind of at the end of that, he's just sit back and enjoy and let me know what you think in the comments or whatever. And
yes. There's a couple of different ways, like the narrator format, where you're kind of narrating a little bit and just doing clips. I haven't.
Pretty cool, though.
I do like that. I mean, I just haven't been able to pull I've tried it a couple times. I haven't been able to get narration locked in just yet.
That's also the time spent on one video doing it that way would be.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That I mean, you're already editing, you're already clipping.
Yeah.
You gotta play. You gotta make the shit happen.
Yes.
So going back and narrating even chunks would be insane.
Oh yeah.
That's
what I'm saying. Kind of almost just because what happened.
Just say
a little 2-minute, 3-minute blurb about kind of what the journey of the episode is about, and then cut it there and let people just sit and watch.
Hell yeah.
Used to hearing myself, so that was kind of interesting.
Yeah,
isn't it interesting?
Too, I didn't know that my voice sounded like that, to be honest with you.
It's weird hearing yourself.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Man, I'm 2 in queue now. Oh shit.
Sweet.
You're on 11 right now, right?
Yes, I'm on 11.
I assumed.
I died once just now, and then I just ran into Northwest Airfield and found a VSSK and an RPK, so I'm running out.
Nice. You need to change your go-to vehicle password. So you stream, you said?
I was streaming, yes. I streamed all through my WoW series. I streamed some of my DayZ, but then when I switched to Linux, I was having some issues with the graphics, getting my stream to look right, and then I ran into a bandwidth issue where like it just didn't quite it didn't quite work as smoothly when I streamed DayZ because it's so client heavy. So I was
Yeah.
like, well, fuck it. I'm just gonna wait till I get the fiber, and then I'm gonna go back to live streaming.
Okay. Have you thought about a capture rig?
I have a second computer I could set up for a capture rig, but I've not done that because it's a lot.
Okay.
I mean, it's already a lot to like log in, get everything set up, make sure it's all working. Have two computers to do that too. I'm like, well, I'm happy with how I have it set up for now.
Okay.
Okay, sleeping bag is in the base. And
He's like, stop fucking telling me about my 4-year-old YouTube channel. Relax.
No, it's good. It's good. It's exciting because you see all the potential is there. It's like, oh, if you just did this or that, and that's my game I've been playing for a while, trying to get it. You know, like those video card settings we changed was huge for me. My streams my videos look so much better now. I was losing frames. That's what my problem was.
Yeah. That's awesome. And the game, I think, looks a lot better when it's running smooth as well.
Yeah, even if it's like less graphics, if it's smooth, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
You know what
less graphics isn't necessarily a bad thing. You can see people
see more.
skylining and shit.
Yeah.
I've been noticing that. Less foliage in the way.
Yep.
Oh, I mean, you'll see, like, instead of having, like, 1,500 meters out, make that shit, like, 800. And dude, you'll see people fucking boop, boop.
Ah, because the people render in faster than the...
No. You got to do, like, foliage and terrain that way. But you need your view distance.
You can't play with that shit on Ultra already or whatever, you know. You have to dumb that shit down, too.
Yeah.
You do want your view distance as far as you can. Your system can handle it though, because you don't want
Oh,
somebody.
for
you can't
sure.
see
Yeah,
shooting
that's
you.
true. That's true. Yeah. But
I do...
Yeah, always. If you haven't watched Wobo's videos, I'll highly recommend watching Wobo.
Wilbo. Wilbo.
Wobo.
No,
WOBO.
WOBO.
Okay.
He's the DaKlone scientist.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like
He's the one that tests everything and knows exactly like how many bullets it takes to
him
get
and
through
his
shit.
team.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Every big YouTuber has a team nowadays. It's not just them.
Right.
It's
Right.
true. It's true.
And if we play our fucking cards right, Brood, we can
Yeah.
get
Slice of
in
the pie.
there.
Yeah.
I don't want to slice.
Want the whole thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I looked at like what's it, Zaryu? He was a World of Warcraft
Zaryu.
streamer, and he just like he clearly has a guy that's editing for him. A lot of these guys have people that edit for them, and do all the encoding. So all they have to worry about is recording.
Yep.
But that's okay. I guess it's not a horrible thing to learn the process.
I'm gonna
Well,
get
they
my
started
boy
out
into
doing
editing.
it, probably editing it themselves, and then they hired somebody to do the editing.
Obviously,
Those people aren't just doing it for free.
They might be
Yes,
though, dude,
absolutely.
to be a part of something. I mean, look, if we're the gaming friends, and you're like, hey, instead of your regular job, can you just spend your days editing my videos, bruh? I'll have certificates in 6 weeks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'll have all the knowledge needed.
Oh,
to do
I mean,
it.
let alone it. Like, if your YouTube channel blows up and like your gaming buddies, like, we could easily then at that point piggyback off of your hard work and create YouTube channels or fucking Twitch channels or whatever.
Hell yeah.
Like,
He's like, calm the fuck down, noobs.
oh, I'm already thinking about my food stamps, baby.
Hell yeah, dude.
Let's turn our backs on Diablo 3. I know it was a side
It was
quest.
fun. It was fun. Ooh, I'm getting attacked by a
I've done
zombie.
it too many times.
And I
though.
can't see the zombie. Oh, the zombie killed me. No.
Yeah, Yeah, dude, being able to
Continue.
base up. Vanilla is fun though because it's so hard.
I
Or
went to
not
vanilla
hard. It's
just to
just the
get
starting point.
the. Yeah, I wanted to get my achievements because you can only get the DayZ achievements on vanilla. Oh, wow. Am I gonna make it?
Wait, what achievements?
Yeah, the game has achievements, Clint.
Yes, DayZ Steam
Dude, I come
achievements.
from a time before achievements, man.
Oh, right on. Well, okay, so on DayZ in Steam, you can get achievements for like eating a steak on a stick, shaving your face, so you have to wait
Oh, I gotta
long
shave
enough.
my face.
Yeah. There's one for killing and skinning a deer. The ones that I haven't been able to do are the ones where it's like heal another person 30 times, which that's crazy.
I think I have that.
Oh wow.
Nope,
That,
I don't. I have one.
Kamenka. I keep spawning as the motorcycle, dude. I like it. I get a pipe.
Also, vanilla. If we did vanilla tonight, dude, like we're never gonna meet up.
That's a
There's
good
no
point, too.
adventure.
MDMA pack? All right. Dude, MDMA
You know
is
what
so
I
Get a
wanna
wonderful.
do?
weed farm going.
You
Yeah.
know what I could do for you, Dak?
Huh.
I could give you a little dose of Reforger and show you what it's all about.
Yes, I do plan on picking that up when I get paid.
Yeah,
It's
show them the DayZ server. It's pretty fun.
dude, I'm done with the queue. Cause the game's gonna crash when it lets me in, and I'm gonna be devastated.
Fuck, I tell you, I am having some latency issues because I made the mistake of starting another upload. I keep uploading at the same time I'm playing and it's killing me, dude. Because I'm expecting it to be done, but I started it this morning at 6 a.m. and it's 63% done uploading. It's 60 gigabytes.
Do you work on them from your hard drive?
I've got multiple hard drives.
Okay.
So I've got my project drive, I've got my operating system drive, and then I got my storage drive.
Okay.
So
got a
I
handful of
record
drives
to
in this
one
thing.
drive, edit and encode on another, and then my operating system runs on a completely separate drive.
And which one does your games play on?
My operating system drive.
Okay. I have all my games on a stick of gum. I
Oh,
have
hell
about
yeah.
2 in there that I run all the games off of. But my boot drive is actually just an old Kingston 120 SSD.
Oh, right on.
My boot drive's on my NVMe.
Everything, the system's on there. And I
I
have
put
a
my
terabyte
old,
spinner that I put videos on.
I put games that I don't play very often on my SSD. Well, my operating system and active games I play are all on my NVMe.
That's the way. I was backing up everything that I was finishing, and then I ran out of space on my 4 terabyte backup drive. So I was like, okay, I'm only going to save my shorts. The long forms, they're going to go on YouTube, and then they're gone. I have to clear out space. Too much. I don't know how YouTube holds it all, man. It's kind of crazy.
Data centers, man.
Yeah.
Amazon Web Service.
They definitely have some sort of compression technology. I was thinking about that. I was like, you know, these guys at YouTube have been working on perfecting a compression for the videos. I bet they've got something set up pretty sweet. But then I was thinking, you know, how we've seen the compound interest of the demand on technology hardware. Because back in the day, it was, you know, you only need 1 gigabit of storage in your camera, and now you need like 4 terabytes of data in your camera, and that's just a camera. So I was wondering, what is going to be the future? I guess they're going to need to have data centers to keep up with this. But to what end? That's the question. To what end? It seems like the end is not thought very through.
But what do you think the lower levels of Coruscant are?
The lower levels of what?
Coruscant?
Oh, Coruscant. I don't know.
Servers.
Yeah.
I'm just saying if the planet's a city,
Oh,
why'd they have to build it up so much?
Oh, that makes sense.
Like, I mean, like, we're gonna just keep building storage. Like, it's just gonna keep going.
Yes. Yes, we are.
I mean, we are headed for a Black Mirror episode that cannot be imagined.
Yes, we are. Yes, we
Probably
are.
our child's lifetime. Our children's lifetime.
Today is a Black Mirror episode for anyone that lived 100 years ago.
That's a good point. You're absolutely
sure.
right.
An absolutely terrifying dystopia for anyone who lived 250 years ago.
Oh, dude, I just got done watching
Around the time our
1883.
country was formed.
Dude, have you seen that, Clayton?
The Jews
1883.
run everything? What? No, I don't watch their bullshit.
1883?
Nuh-uh.
Is
I
that Apple
haven't.
TV shit?
Huh?
Is that on Apple TV?
No.
What's it on?
Paramount?
I don't have it. I don't have any streaming services.
Neither do
Oh.
I. Dude, I tried to
man.
get Hulu
That
with
TV
ads.
show, though, it's about kind of the concourse of like this family that essentially migrated from Tennessee to Texas to Montana.
Yeah, to become Kevin Costner. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. But dude, it's so good because it just is a very accurate portrayal of like what you know of as far as like the
I'll take you
migration
to my
west.
uncle's house where
It's
he's
crazy.
still living it.
Oh, I believe it. It was just so
He does
good.
Mountain Man Rendezvous.
But
Mountain Man Rendezvous sound
Yeah.
exciting.
no,
Look it up. It's like Mountain Man reenactment camps where the geezers get it going and live like they once lived back in the fur trapping days for weeks at a time.
Wow. Fort Bridger. A Mountain Man Rendezvous is a historical reenactment celebrating the 1825-1840 fur trade era. Oh, man. Now, that's my kind of era, dude.
That's what my uncle does.
Wow. So I'm really big into rabbit fur. I imagine if I went to something like that, I would get connected with some really awesome rabbit fur.
Dude, you could get 3 rabbits tomorrow and have all the fur you want in 6 months.
Yeah, dude.
One
That's
male,
what we
2
need.
females, you'll have everything you ever wanted.
So I've thought about that as like a survival thing because, rabbit meat sounds like a good idea. But apparently
They turn grass into meat.
yeah. But apparently you need to substitute some stuff because rabbit meat isn't very nutritious.
Well, yeah,
it's
but
very lean.
while you're eating rabbit every day, you're going to be driven to get out there and find a deer, a wild hog. Oh, good God. Can you imagine finding an Angus out in the middle of the prairie somewhere?
Oh, that's
Couple
mine,
years
I
in.
say.
Oh,
Meat. It's like Dragon Heart when they're trying to eat the dragon. Meat. Old reference.
but that's, I mean, everything, rabbit is your sustenance, but you're going to be out there trying to find better shit.
Yeah.
But you won't have to spend as many calories finding food if
Mhm.
you have that. Because there's not a lot of fat either. You're going to need to find some fat.
Yeah. Fat. You definitely need to
That's
add
why
fat.
it's so lean. Rabbit meat is so lean. Even if you ate that, like you'd continuously lose weight inevitably.
Some people have said the trick is adding some beans and vegetables and other legumes to substitute the protein.
All right, legumes. Gotcha.
Legumes. Now, I've never put any of this information to the test, but it's something I think about because I'm like, all right, one day we're not going to be able to go to get meat from the store. It's going to happen. That's a fact, I feel like.
I got one that if I had a little bit of scratch, I would start right now, and I have my first employee in mind. But it would be a truck outfitted to do oil changes.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Mobile oil changes. I would run a fleet of these motherfuckers, and you just look. You go. We'll go to the mall. We'll go to the barbershop. We'll go to your house.
Yeah.
You just unlock
Place
it
of employment.
wherever. The truck pulls up. Doesn't have to lift it up or anything. There's a cool little pump that they can put in the top of the engine. Yeah, there's a very neat way to do it where people are doing it. Like, this is a thing.
Yes, that's a great idea. Great business model. People are too busy. They already have the drive-through ones, but even that is like, dude, I don't have time to drive through on my lunch break.
You keep living your life. We will make an appointment alongside something else. It's going to take us 20 minutes. There won't be a drop of oil on your vehicle or where it's at. And you just set that bitch up on a subscription service.
Yeah, you don't even have to think about your
We'll
oil. We
text
just show up.
We'll text you about next week, let you know, hey, it's due. Hey, when's a good time next week? Maybe pitch a few times. Bam. Where's your car going to be? And honestly, to make your nut, you're doing, I mean, honestly, this is going to be $100, $150 oil change.
Yeah, that seems about right for an oil change service.
Yeah. And so you pay a guy $50 in oil change. $100 goes to the business and to making it bigger.
Mhm.
You pay the guy $50, and he does 5 a day. You get 5 people. 5 people a week would be pretty decent, but I mean, it'd get
Yeah,
pretty
that's
cool.
a good deal. That's a
Get
good
pretty
deal.
cool.
Hell yeah. I like it.
Man, one of my delivery drivers has been talking about it for a while. He would do it in a heartbeat. And he's
Sick.
like a dirt track racer, so he's in the engine car world.
What up?
What's up?
Oh, we've already left it
Already
behind.
left.
Actually, I might play with you, Smiter.
Oh, you are?
Daisy. I mean, what are we talking about, buddy?
I gotta go. Left the poster on.
Yeah, it's got to go rewind some videotapes.
Yeah, that takes some time.
Be kind, please rewind.
Those were the days, man.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Dude,
a Patrick Bateman reference.
I busted out some old VHS. I watched Cinderella, Peter Pan, Mulan, and oh geez, like 2 others, right? All on VHS. And
The
one
whole
thing that I
Disney section,
noticed,
huh?
yeah, and I noticed, like when the scene cuts and there would usually be a fucking commercial and it just keeps playing the movie, there's a part of my nervous system that relaxes. Because you know what I mean? It's expected to just cut to some bullshit commercial, but it doesn't happen. It just keeps playing the movie. And it's such a wonderful feeling. It's like, oh,
Oh yeah, by
fuck.
the way, Smiter, we've already been talking about how Uncle Ted was right. Ted Kaczynski.
Uncle Ted, who?
Ted
Teddy
Kaczynski.
K. The Unabomber.
Oh shit. We're going way back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pedal faster, pedal faster.
You guys are old enough to maybe remember this. You're talking about VHS tapes. Do you remember the movie Barb Wire?
Oh, dude, yes. I remember the first 6 minutes of that movie
The
pretty much.
opening
That's about
scene?
it. Yep, opening scene is pretty much the scene I remember.
A
You know, I
word
was
out.
just looking at her
Tell me
today.
what's the word.
What a great cultural reference barbed wire is.
You remember it, Smiter?
No, actually, I don't. I don't think I've seen that.
Pamela Anderson.
Pamela Anderson, dude.
Is this like
Yeah.
super hitman, like operator chick
Oh,
in
that's
like a
barbed wire,
dystopia?
right? Is that
Barbed
what
wire,
you're
yeah,
saying? Barbed
yeah.
wire. Yeah.
Okay.
When I walked past that in the movie section, I think I got my first boner there.
Absolutely.
I-
That's it.
Once you got past the opening credits of that VHS tape, it ran smoothly. It was awful rough leading up to it, though. It's like, man, this has been through hell.
What happened here?
Well, it really clears up after the credits, huh?
Yeah. There
She
was
hit the wall so damn hard, though, dude.
yes,
Like, oh my
she
god.
did. That's exactly what I was gonna say. They were
You-
they were showing her side by side today from her Baywatch days to now, and they're like, women, that wall is undefeated, dude.
Yeah, once you get your back blown out on a boat on video, it's kind of over.
Yeah.
I mean,
She's
it
an
would work.
old
It
woman now,
would blow
dude.
my career up too. I'm just saying.
Yeah. So you know how they say if you make a deal with the devil, he'll give you 7 years, and then after that, it's like you die or whatever, and he has your soul. What if
10 years sometimes, but
Yeah,
yeah, it
okay, so
bounces
10
around.
years. Well, what if, like, it wasn't necessarily a quote unquote deal with the devil, but rather like the last 10 years of every man worth his weight in salt's life is like that. It's 10 years of prosperity and fame, and then it's over. Not because you made a deal with the devil, but because your last 10 years were the best 10 years.
Now,
I
are
don't
we
know.
talking like biblical years, or are we talking
Yeah. Fortnights.
couple fortnights from now?
Yeah. But no, I just was thinking about that. Like, I would never sacrifice my soul for 7 years, but if it was the last 7 years of my life, then hey, now we're talking. Now it's a deal.
Oh, like it's just you back end it where it's just all gone at the end.
Yeah. Like he thought he was gonna get a deal, but I superhumanly knew my life was over after 7 years anyway, so he didn't get me. Now that's obviously overlooking well, what about your everlasting soul? And to that I
Yes.
say, that kind of breaks my analogy, but that's okay.
Honestly, if there's some sort of trade in like that, like the deal's made. So who cares if it lessens a life?
Yeah.
I look at it
And
this way. I'm gonna
usually
be
the wretched,
dead, so who gives a fuck?
Oh, this is
usually
all
the dead
blasphemy, and I
or
don't like it.
usually the wretched last longer
Get out of
anyway.
here. Uh,
What was they doing?
Blaspheming.
So are we all are we switching over to Diablo for a couple days?
Kill Belial, the Lord of Lies.
No, not on my plan. It's fun to play, dust it off, enjoy a little bit. I'll still probably pop in and do a little bit here and there, but I don't intend on doing any content with Diablo. It's just not it. It's not it. It's not what people want to see.
It's an old ass game, dude. No one plays this.
And I mean,
I
I
don't
I was
wanted
gonna
wanna
to
say
hear it.
I don't
do.
want to switch over to 4. Randy, you have 4?
Uh, what game?
Diablo
D4.
4?
I played it, and it's just gonna be 3 eventually.
Yeah, no. So I just want to start playing that. Get really good at that.
Listen, there's 1,000 people on the North America solo necro season 39 leaderboard right now, right?
Yeah.
But
People are playing. There's 1,000 Necros out there in the U.S.
it's 1,000 necros in the
I
U.S., but it only counts the top 1,000 necros.
yeah, I
So
can only
there
get.
might be 2 more after that.
There might even be 1,100 Necros.
1,111 even.
There's about 30 million people in the United States that fit our specific demographic and our age group. I looked it up one year. I was like, how many others are there out there in the US like me? You know, age-wise, gaming-wise. They may not all be gamers, but they're you know, white dudes in their 30s or 40s, went through the 90s, you know. And yeah, it's about 30 million, give or take. It's a good amount of people.
Yeah.
Oh, fentanyl killed them all.
Somebody in a video game asking somebody else in a video game how much do they value their time is funny to me.
Peak irony.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Peak irony. Fucking A, dude.
I don't appreciate my time at all. That's why I'm playing a game.
That's right. Pretty much trying to kill time as hard as possible. We're talking mouth, hand over mouth saying shh as they go down.
What are you grinding content from?
What am I grinding the content from? DaKlone.
Oh my.
I'm about to run into the middle of Northwest Airfield with a DDM, a hope and a dream.
Yeah,
Shooting.
we've been playing DaKlone recently, Smitey.
I don't know, like, there's so many toxic games I can play. Like, it's like, Rust was my jam for a while, and then seeing DaKlone, I'm like, nah, that's like hatred with using methamphetamine, while the other one was like,
Well, it kind of depends on what type of DayZ you're playing. Because the DayZ we've been playing is PvE with
it's like
PvP
vanilla,
zones.
right?
No, it's super modded.
No one
Traders.
plays vanilla.
Yeah, plenty of people do, but only the ones that want to hate themselves.
That's how you play the game, right?
Oh, we've been having fun
DayZ's
with
more
it,
of a
though.
platform these days, like Arma. There's so many different ways to play the game, different server setups and asset sets, maps.
Yeah, you should give it a try, you hater.
He's not a hater. He's just from his
I know, I'm
beliefs.
just giving him shit.
I can only hate so many things with my small heart.
He's from
gotta find
California.
a
You
new
can't
one.
dodge all the California traits.
So
Can't,
many
bro.
other things to hate.
Yeah, like wildfires.
Relax.
Yeah, define the
Yeah.
irony on that one.
That's
So,
not really
What was it
cool.
we were talking about? Trading souls?
so interesting thing, an assembly bill, 2,700, which is a provision for holding PG&E accountable for the wildfire.
Oh, yeah.
That is actually has been passed unanimously, so it's now going to the Senate. So we should be getting 30% from our original class action claim. So that's good.
Oh, nice, dude.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Insane.
So that is good news, but it fucking takes time.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Situation's crazy. What that happened to
Does that
you?
mean we're going to hang the executives and C-suite from that company on live TV and let
You
it
know,
be
they say
known why?
justice deferred is justice denied. Or, no, I'm sorry, justice delayed is justice denied. And it's like the idea that you go to court for something that should be handled, but they're like, we're going to delay it for 2 years and then another 2 years. And like the ruling is there, it's all set, but it's all paperwork and bureaucracy that's keeping justice at bay.
Isn't there provisions that prevent stuff like that, like asking for
Gatekeeping.
speedy trial as well?
Been a lot of
as-
litigators all up in our fucking legal structure, my man. A lot of
That's-
litigious folks.
So what we should do is just go on a lynching spree for lawyers. Just get rid of them all.
That's the joke, you know? How do you
That's
know a lawyer?
anti-Semitic.
That's really though the thought a lot of people have. Get rid of lawyers, then we'll have no problems.
The lawyers, judges, and lawmakers, just lynch them all and start over.
Yeah.
Let's just go back to 1776.
Just
Hoorah.
pistol street duels.
Yeah,
I want to settle my dispute with you right here, right now.
10 steps, buddy. 10 steps.
I'd do that. I'd much rather have that because it's like I ain't gonna be an asshole because a polite society is an armed one.
yes.
I'd look at
That's a quote.
everyone. I'd call them by their name. I'd remember who they are. Everyone's
Oh, yeah,
my
that's where I
neighbor.
live.
Sorry, Susie. I'm going to have to put you down. I saw
from
you
a
take the
place where-
Snickers the other day.
Sounds way
Yeah.
better than oh gosh, what was I thinking? Don't you love it when you have brain fart mid sentence?
Yep. It is a way of life for me.
It's
Must
a
have
bite
not
from
have
the
been
tism.
very important.
Let's see here. Trying to get all this loot to fit in my bags. Apparently, I've got too much loot. A good problem to have.
Much grease.
I got caught with my pants down today, running out with a backpack in my hand, like a greedy little goblin. And I got toasted.
You exploded like an odious collector.
Yeah, that's what happened.
You were the loot goblin.
Yes, I was the loot goblin, and my loot went everywhere when I died.
That is.
Listen, killing you was a boon to that man's bloodline.
All right, we've got our bags full. We're running the fuck out. Wish me luck.
And also, so what you're saying is when you die, you do not drop common loot.
No, it's all
High value
legendaries.
mail right there, dog. You see that meme where it's like, your man looks like he drops common loot when he dies, when he's defeated.
That's a good one. That's a good one. You look like you drop common loot, motherfucker. That's funny, dude. I wouldn't even stop to check your corpse for loot after you died.
Yeah.
So I've been watching.
I was looking at a bitches getting wrecked thread on a 4chan.
Oh, yeah.
Thread, and it showed a girl totally get decked out. She falls to the ground and like just piles of cash is just flying everywhere. It's like someone was like some hooker died in GTA. Dude.
Oh no! Oh no!
That's good.
Like,
That's
money
good.
was everywhere. It was great. Like, this chick had like at least $1,500 in like 20s.
Oh my gosh.
It was a lot.
Dude, you know, and that's the thing. Like, I can see the appeal. If somebody came to me and said, "I'll give you $20,000 if you send me pictures of your feet," for weird reasons, right?
Feet, dude, you can get way more.
Well, I'm just saying. I'm just saying, like something
It's
weird.
like, where are these
Feet's like $20.
feet pics this cheap?
Yeah, but like just in general, like if somebody was paying me for pictures of my body, right? And I'm on OnlyFans, right? Like I can see how being rich from that is such an appeal for people because it's like, ooh, I don't have to do anything. For them, in their mind, they aren't compromising anything. They're not doing anything. They're making money easily. But like on the deep level, they absolutely are compromising their humanity in a sort of way.
Their kids could see that, their neighbors, their
Yeah,
parents.
yeah,
That's crazy
Well, that's
stuff, man.
the only people doing that are people that do not have a decent relationship with their father. So,
funny enough.
that's really the. I mean, if we're gonna get down to the brass tacks of the matter, that's where it all went wrong, man.
Wow.
Dad out of the home. When we let that door open, we didn't know what we were doing.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
not like just make everyone stay. It's like you have to. That's a downstream effect of bad culture. You know,
Yes.
it's not. That's just people not understanding that. You know, your children they didn't ask to be here. You invited them here, and then you forgot what the whole reason you live is. You know,
Yeah.
and I understand, dude. I don't want. I hope that's not.
No,
you know,
no. I'm picking
fucking
up what you're putting down.
shitty.
Yeah.
But
It's the truth. You know,
I
Oscar
grew up in
Wilde
foster care,
says,
so
yeah, tell people, if you tell people the truth, you better make them laugh or they'll kill you for it. You know, it makes sense, dude. That's why comedians are good at what they do. They have to be.
I'm a ridiculous comedy nerd.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm into it. I've thought about it, but
I love
I'm
me
not
some
a
good
funny
comedy,
man.
too.
My mom thinks I'm funny.
I think I've hit peak funny
My
tonight,
mom
though.
says I'm very handsome.
I hit
Yes.
peak funny tonight, and I'll be chasing that dragon forever. But
Yeah.
when I was making my boy watch some of the YouTube video I was in of yours,
Oh, yeah.
he laughed at something I said.
Oh,
I'm gonna
fuck.
be riding on that one for a while. Thanks for that.
Yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. That's so awesome. That's what I'm talking about. Bringing people together. It's all fun and games until you hate your clientele. Or you're pestered, you know, and you're like, fuck, dude. I hate dealing with crackheads all day. Fuck this.
Yeah. There's some weed junkies out there too, man.
It's true. And they just, dude, and I don't even, I mean, I get it. I get it, but at the same time, I'm like, dude, you are fiending. You're getting a little too fucking ridiculous
That's why
here.
people would go off the deep end on anything.
Yeah.
But at least something got to them that keeps them on weed.
Mm-hmm. All right, here we go.
And again, that person is probably lacked a father figure at a pretty important time in their life.
Yeah.
A very important time in their life is every time.
The whole time, yeah.
The whole time. There's no time when removing a father is ever good.
Yeah. For the rest of my life, I'm that, you know.
And the problems also go back to the court system too. With men are absolutely fucked when it comes to
I think
ownership
that's
of their child.
on purpose as well, man.
It's all fucked. The whole thing. Things started to get fucked right as we got the 19th Amendment came out, I think.
Yeah.
You know,
Just about then is when shit.
we're
started going
250 years in.
downhill.
It might be time to just go back to 10 for a little bit and sort the rest out.
Yeah.
Just saying.
And then it was all
also,
set.
like,
It was
if
all
you,
set in stone when Harambe died. That was like the linchpin of.
That's when we went into. This is a dead universe.
Arambe.
It's just fizzling out. It's not the prime timeline.
That's so funny, dude.
Arambe is
I haven't
not
thought about
dead
that
yet
in
in the
ages.
prime
That's
timeline.
hilarious. That was
You
so
re-
good, Smitty.
You remember when someone died in your Morrowind playthrough, and it's how it says like you severed the prophecy that you now live in a doomed world.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly
no.
what happened when Harambe died.
Oh, that's no good.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Reload a previous save or continue on with this doomed world. It's awesome.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we have no choice but to continue on in this doomed world. I mean, I guess
Let
we
me
have a
get the
choice.
exact quote and I'll post it. It's hilarious.
With this character's death, the thread of prophecy is
Oh, no.
severed. Restore a saved game to restore the weave of fate, or persist in the doomed world you have created.
Damn. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all they had to do is the parents had to watch the kid and be
You know,
in a better state.
it kind of makes me feel like that talking about Charlie Kirk, right? Saying, like, he was supposed to be president. We fucking jumped another timeline again. I
We
don't think
did.
it's a good one either. Anybody got an opinion on Erica Kirk?
She's
Right,
crazy,
It's
and
fucking
she's
crazy,
sus,
man.
dude.
all right. The bros are here. Cool. Cool. You gotta be real deep. You gotta be real deep to know about this.
This is
Her family is oil ties. She's an oil baroness.
Yeah.
Is she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's from a really rich, in-depth, powerful family.
Egyptian plains,
I thought her,
man.
I thought her mother was like an NSA agent and was like has had her name changed like multiple times.
I heard a conspiracy theory of her being involved with his death, dude.
Yeah.
That's
Crazy.
not a theory, dog. This is not a theory.
At the very
Her
least,
eyes
she was
look
taken
Oh,
by
I'm
the
just saying
establishment and
it's
forced
real
to dance like a
convincing.
puppet in the
No, she
face
was a
of her.
fucking honeypot the entire time to infiltrate and take over that organization. It was, no, he stopped taking the money, stopped doing the thing, and she was implanted there to carry on.
As soon as any sort of anti-Zionist became a primary point of contention, that's when it was over, I think.
Yep.
And I hate to be the it's the Jews guy, but it's the Jews guy.
No, I think it's when he said on Patrick Bet David's show that he asked one simple question: was there a stand down order on October 7th?
Yep. That was it.
He asked that question and it was over.
And
That
what's
was him
crazy
signing
is
his death warrant.
there was.
Yeah, there was.
And what that was about was they could have gone in and taken out the guys who disrupted that, whoever they were, the bad
Yeah, but
guys.
they were taking out the hippies in Israel. That was the people
Yeah.
against the war.
It was
Those
all
are the
the
people that were
anti-war
gonna-
hippies that they were. That's why
Yeah.
they said stand down.
Yeah. It was getting rid of opposition. It was winning. It was getting him his war, saving him from prison, and eliminating his dissenters. Like it's absurd to me that it's not like we're the fringe ones. We're the crazy ones. Fruit is
Yeah.
sitting there right now calling a hotline and reporting us.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude, I'm just listening and watching you, dude. I'm laying in bed.
Got a
Hell
dude
yeah.
getting thrown right in jail with this. Fuck you.
Yeah, I'm not
He's
disagreeing.
an Uncle Tom anti-Zionist.
No, dude, I'm a very opinionated person. If there's something I disagreed with, you'd hear it.
Hell yeah.
Do you eat bacon cheeseburger?
I love them.
Me? Fucking
Yes,
That
anybody.
disgusting,
should be,
baby.
that should
Okay.
be
Yes.
Talking
the
about
immigration test.
Yes, that's
Should be the
yes.
only answer on the test.
It's the ultimate test. It really is.
with extra bacon. Give it to me.
Cheese on meat, pork, and beef. I mean, it just gets rid of all of them.
It gets rid of all the problems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you add it with a glass of milk. Can't
Oh,
have
man.
those fucking lactose intolerant people here either. This is the land of milk and honey, after all.
Boy, we are being
Yeah,
recorded
minimum
right
of
now. This
3
is-
gallons a week.
I just met this guy like 3 days ago.
Hell yeah, dude.
Fucking, he's a Fed.
Yeah, man. I tell you, my buddies in
I watch
Hawaii
his
thought the
videos.
same
Does he
thing.
infiltrate the group?
Well, here's the thing. I wanted to be a Fed back when I was 17 years old because I was like, I want to be a Fed because I want to be a computer
Me
guy.
too, and then I
So
started
I would
smoking weed.
have a gun and I would also work on computers, and that's the two coolest things that I knew about was computers and guns. But the FBI was not accepting stoners, so that didn't work out.
Yeah, that's why I haven't
not
ever
a-
applied.
Yeah.
I'd say the Navy wasn't having it either, buddy. I made it 2 years.
Wow. I quit for 4 years when I got married. 4 years. Didn't miss
I
it.
quit for all of grad school,
Wow.
but then
How much methamphetamine did you ingest during that time?
All of it.
every
90
day.
milligrams a day for 2 years, I bet.
XRs?
I did 60 milligrams a day every day.
Mm.
And then when I had to cram and study for an exam or write my theses or any paper, really, because I always
Pretty
like
wild.
word
Where do
them
we
last
draw
minute,
that line?
I would take them back to back every 4 hours.
Wow. Yeah.
Everything starts to make sense.
You know, why don't we just give those meth heads? Why don't we just give them that?
Adderall?
Yeah, because I mean, like, just imagine the toilet scum and bathroom scum that goes into regular meth.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just take it and get the meth that's made by the white coats, and just,
Yeah.
they could be productive members of society again, just like the college kids are. Sort
It's
of.
true.
But-
It's
but
true.
wait, the college kids aren't.
I
They're
knew a
just
guy
as-
that.
Imagine how much trash they'll pick up.
Imagine how well they would work.
Amphetamine
I
is
mean-
essentially like cocaine.
Yeah.
Do what?
Adderall and shit is essentially just like cocaine.
Not true.
It is for me. And I've snorted both.
Yeah. I've dabbled.
They're pretty different from my experience.
I like that
I did
modest
2 G's in a
response.
night,
I've
bro. I
dabbled.
fucking felt the same. I was like, dude,
You
I
know?
just feel like I'm on Adderall.
Yeah, but one's
I
20
can't
minutes
sleep.
and the other one is not.
That is also very true.
One gives you the
But
itch.
that 20
I
minutes
gotta have
is
another
wild.
bump. Got another bump for me? Can I have another bump? I just gave you one. And then when it all runs out and it's 3 a.m. and you're trying to come down and you're itching, you're fuck, man, I fucking wish I could just snort the whole world. And then, you finally get it out of your system and you're like, gosh, I can't handle that.
And
You know
blow
that,
your septum.
that bag of meth they found in the White House. I mean, that bag of Coke they found in the White House.
Bag of meth.
Yeah.
The bag of Coke, that was a plant because no one's ever lost a bag of
We talked about this the other day. It's so true.
Oh,
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
never happened. If you have a bag of Coke, you know exactly where it is at every minute. Fucking Theo Vaughn talks about like spinning
Unless
in his
Biden
living
was
room and
really
throwing
that
it.
fucking
Dude,
retarded.
I fucking love watching him. He's so funny.
Like, what if Biden was literally that retarded? He forgot.
Yeah.
Did you watch his Donald Trump interview?
I've seen almost everything Theo's put out.
So funny, dude. He's so funny, man. I love him.
No, I got Trump derangement syndrome.
Yeah, me too.
That motherfucker's the great betrayer.
It's pretty clear that he has one objective, and that is his own profits.
Well, Either that or the Israelis have a gun to his granddaughter's head all the time.
That's another possibility. You know what somebody said? They were like, if you really wanted to get down to the bottom of the Trump assassinations, have Israel do it. Have
Yeah,
Israel take over the whole fucking Trump assassination and just, that would really be a positive relationship builder.
if we, if
The
we just let our
8400,
greatest
man.
I'm
ally
hurting
into
myself in my own confusion over here. Like,
Mhm.
what would
our
literally
greatest ally
happen?
would figure it out for us. If we just let him into our intelligence and military, like the spending bill for 2027 is attempting to do. Are you guys following this? Section 224 of the 2027 spending bill, the
Mm-mm.
Defense Authorization Act.
I haven't.
Section 224 opens a unilateral partnership with Israel
Wow.
for military hardware, software, intelligence, data, and manufacturing. It basically makes a country that is not an official ally of ours
The greatest ally of all time.
the greatest and closest ally any country's ever had in the history of ever.
Well, you
Wow.
seen the
Fucking
greater is
cheers.
you seen the
Yeah.
greater Israel project, right?
I'm familiar.
All right,
I mean,
boys. I'm hopping out
we're
of here.
essentially a
All right.
vassal
You guys
state
have
to
yourselves a good
Israel.
night.
Yes,
I'll
sir.
catch you
Later,
guys
man.
tomorrow.
Good night. Good night.
Later.
You know,
He truly can't handle it, folks. He is a bad guy. He's a henchman. Like I don't want that. Like I don't mince words with him.
Yeah.
I know you both have heard me say that. He's a
nah,
liaison to basically
he is
get
everything we
more.
despise about the American healthcare system.
Yeah, yeah. He works with insurance companies to extract the most out of each patient.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Like he's that guy that's pushing hospitals, treatment centers, tests. Like
Yeah,
if you have good insurance,
yeah, that's bullshit.
is how I
Actually,
understand it. I could be wrong, and I could be slightly bending it. I don't know, but he's involved in that system, and that makes him part of the problem.
Yeah. It's
And
it's hard to say somebody shouldn't do something because it's what's paying their bills. I mean, like my little brother right now is working to build data centers. You
oh
know?
man, could you imagine? I just had to throw those guys in the oven because I had to pay bills, dude. Like, come on, man, you can't take that away from me.
Well, I
especially not
Gotta
mean,
with two
support my
master's degrees.
family.
I'm not saying it gives him a pass. I'm just saying it makes it like I understand. Who would willingly set all of their belongings on fire?
I've
Someone
been
that
poor and
has
happy before, and
problems.
I've left jobs on moral standing to be poor and happy again.
It's true. I have
I took a
also.
big pay cut to work in a warehouse rather than be a branch manager of a convenience store.
Oh, I got Master Chief, motherfucker. Got Master Chief. I got Master Chief. Dude, the guy dropped down right in front of me. And
Oh shit, Batman?
yeah, he Batmaned and I got him, but his friend got me.
Nice.
That was good.
Fuck him. He's on the beach now.
Yep. Put him on the beach. Let's go. But it's like sometimes you have to work for the man. Like I worked for a private equity company and it took me a while to see that they were awful and then I left and I'll never do that again. But like just because I learned that for myself doesn't mean I should expect everybody to understand what I've now learned and now project. Like nobody should work with private equity. We should all stop. It's a big problem. They're going to destroy our nation. But at the same time, like I can only stand for my own principles. I can't make other people stand for my principles, I guess. Does that make
It's
sense?
true. But how a man does one thing is how he does everything.
Mm.
You just heard him just tonight say that if I don't know you beforehand, you mean nothing and I would kill you for where you have in a without rule of law situation.
True. I did.
That's an absurd, like, sociopath thing to say.
Well, I
Like
guess I don't
that's
take
how
that
he's able
at.
to.
I
Some
guess I
would
don't
say
take it
it's
at
a
face.
Freudian slip.
Well,
Yeah,
and having Freud as a hero is a red flag as well for me.
that's fair. That's fair. No, I can see it.
Because some would claim that Freud was the start of the problem, and psychoanalysis was the start of the problem.
Yeah. In the final analysis, who will you be? Somebody said if you feel like you need to have your head checked, you probably need to have your head checked. You know?
Yeah, but a lot of those people just
It has the
offer.
proper authority to check your head.
Yeah. I mean, don't
It
get me
has
wrong.
carte blanche over that decision.
Why has the science changed so much? Like we're admitting that we are not very good at it, but yet we're doing it anyway. Like every couple of years, they have to update the DSM manual. So I said manual, but
You know who they is, right?
Das Juden, possibly. No, I mean, you know what I mean. We're admitting that it's an imperfect science, and we're spending a tremendous amount of resources to push the science.
Hmm.
Yet we're allowing it to operate pretty freely, knowing its flawed state.
Yeah. It is flawed. Big time.
I mean, a woman goes to a therapist right now. There's a 50-50 chance that woman will be convinced to get a divorce and take her children away from their father in the first month.
Wow.
That's my sister just went to therapy a few months ago, and that was like the biggest theme was maybe you just need a divorce. Maybe you just got to get out of there. Maybe
That's crazy, dude. Really, because
simple.
what I discovered for
So
myself
she
is that
did a bunch of research, and she just hits me with a bunch.
it's
Uh-huh.
some things are just treated a lot less seriously than they should be. Because I went through a divorce and I thought to myself in the middle of it, like, it would have been better for me to die than to go through this process.
I'm sure you thought about it more than just the middle of that. Though.
Oh, absolutely, many, many, many times, and it was apparent to me very quickly how absolutely destructive that is. You know, it's worth putting in the work to not go through that.
Well, I will tell you too, though, women are built for that. They're built for you to leave, die in a battlefield somewhere or in the woods, and someone else take up your role. Like it's not like it's like I want to take a little bit off of the modern human woman.
Yeah.
Because that without a better word, but that like
Instead of building a family, it's all
promiscuousness.
about destroying families.
Well, now
Mhm.
like I understand that, but it's an evolutionary trait to be able to have that happen. Like that's not like they're. If they just died of a heartbreak when they lost their man, it would we wouldn't have made it this far.
Right. They were kind of made to
That door
to
had
handle.
to be reopenable. They had to be able to just turn that off.
Hmm.
So a woman's like psychopathic behavior in that time is just
Normal.
well, it's a defense mechanism. You know what I mean?
I see.
I've seen a bunch, man. My buddy has 2.
2 wives
I nearly had 1.
or 2 divorces.
Divorces.
Yeah. My little brother had 3. He's on his 3rd, and I'm like, I will never get married again. I'm not going to say that because never say never, right? But I'm very happy being alone for the rest of my life.
I mean, have you seen the sex dolls?
Yeah, there's more of a
Have
hassle.
you seen
Like
VR porn?
VR.
Good night.
No, yeah, that right there. Oh yeah,
It breaks
VR.
something in you.
Yeah, it's pretty fantastic. You know, I was thinking about it. Like,
I'm getting some wild looks from the wife right
Okay, well let's talk about horses for a second. And
We're
horses are
fine.
safe.
It's just we've been together for 22 years. We've
What a
really
blessing,
made it
dude.
past.
What a real blessing. They
Oh,
say
it's the hardest endeavor ever. Don't worry.
oh, I believe it. And they say like what? The first 7 years, and then after that 14 years is the next marker, and then after that is the 25 years. And then if you can make it past those 3 markers, you're home free.
Fuck. Yeah, 14 was a couple years ago. That was good fun. Yeah. Yeah, we made it through that
And,
one, but
and then it's like,
it got close.
think about what would happen if, like, yeah, it's hard, but you know how much harder it would be outside of it. Like, your kid wouldn't be able to see their mother and father again, would never be able to use it in the same sentence.
Right.
The dynamics between seeing
Oh, I'm familiar.
you and her will be different, and like being a grandma and grandpa, ideally that's the whole point of establishing a family, is to have everyone therein be a part of it. And
Mhm.
it's like, so really it's like what you would be exchanging your quote unquote happiness for a better lay, and that's like the
Yeah.
primary reason why people say they don't want to be in a relationship anymore, because they're
Mhm.
not happy. Well, it's like you kind of have to communicate and say why you think you're unhappy.
Yeah. That's a good
And the communication between the other companion is tossed out the window, because now you're talking to some fucking piece of shit that's telling you to do something that you ought not to do.
Mhm. Dude, that was what Battle Proven said yesterday. He says comms is the most important.
With the length of mine, I don't have a lot of certificates and receipts for a lot of advice I give. But that's one I do have.
Yeah. It's important. It's important. For me, it was she met she was okay, she was really into fan fiction. And I wasn't aware of what fan fiction was, right? It's basically just writing smut about characters that you like,
Yep.
And so she's on this website and she likes to write it and read it. She makes friends on it, and the next thing she knows, she's in some emotional entanglement with somebody on this fan fiction website. And that, I think, helped fuel her disappearance out of my life. But it didn't occur to me that was like a pornography addiction or whatever, like it pulls her energy away from the marriage, basically.
Yeah.
And so now I'm like,
So-
ew, any fan fiction, I'm like, ew, fan fiction. I know what that's about now.
Well, and I think there's definitely like levels of it too, and obviously the highest level would be the fan fiction of I want to write something that is smut. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, I like Star Wars, and if I was gonna write fan fiction, it wouldn't be about Reylo and that stuff.
Yeah.
It would be about like a different Sith guy over here versus a different Jedi fighting over there, because it's like that's more entertaining to me than a lightsaber that wouldn't erect it's a dildo. Like, that's not cool.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that's just stupid to me.
I
But
ha-
so the variance between fan fiction is the important aspect.
And us
What,
guys, go ahead, sorry.
Are you T16 yet?
Yeah, almost.
Go ahead.
We don't have fan fiction. We've got fantasy art. Like, dragon posters with beautiful
right.
colored in women that, like,
Hear me out.
yeah.
We have games like Smite.
Yeah. What's
Shout
Smite?
out to the boys in the art department of Smite.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
It's a
So-
MOBA.
Oh,
with,
I
like,
see.
The different pantheon gods. So you have like Aphrodite
Oh, yeah.
and a bunch of neckbeard incels in a basement drew her. So
Where's Jesus? I'll play if Jesus is in the game.
it's too OP. They won't do him or Muhammad.
Jesus,
Yeah.
Muhammad,
It's an artist.
It's too OP.
Indo.
They'll do Zeus, and a whole bunch of others. But they can't do Jesus or Muhammad. It's a good time. I want to see Yahweh
Yahweh.
or Moloch.
Ball Moloch. Yeah.
Baal and Moloch. Oh my God.
Get some of those Hasidic Jew deities in there.
Ooh, let's
Yeah,
go.
man.
I'm gonna make a change.org request to get Baal and Moloch added to
What?
Smite 2.
What's the what's that man? Tiamat,
Tiamat
and
is in there, yeah.
who's
Cool,
the
cool con.
counterpart for Tiamat?
Tiamat is Chinese, correct?
It's more of like when I heard somebody talking about Tiamat, they described him as a mythology that like Tiamat was with somebody else a god, and then they were killed, and then their bodies were shredded, and then all the other gods came from them. So I don't know if that was from China, but that was kind of the gist. I'm not a big
I'm not
mythological
familiar.
guy, but I find it interesting.
We're on T6. We're gonna give a bounty a try. See if
I mean,
we
the
got
Christian,
enough lead in our.
it says, "Thou shalt have no other god before me." So it's like, does that imply that there are actual other gods?
Well, it's that we can as humans make anything a god. We can put Warhammer 40K figurines above God in our hearts,
Is
and
it the
to
Emperor,
us
God
that
Emperor,
becomes
or
God.
Right, the immortal emperor. The emperor protects.
Yeah, see, but like if you, I mean, and this is just my understanding. I'm not saying it's right, but like if you put an idol in your heart, whatever that is, that's not the true God, that not true God is your God because you've made it that. It's a dead God that's not going to do anything, but it's still in place of what should be God. I don't
Get
know
what
if
you're
that actually
saying.
tracks. I don't know if that tracks, but
It
yeah,
tracks, and
it
it's
does.
along the lines of idolatry, that's what that is. It's not just
No,
unfaithfulness, but it's
it's that
unfaithful through the
God-shaped hole that everybody
consumption.
has in their soul.
yes, we were talking about that.
Yeah.
We are made to worship. We are made to worship, and we will worship stone or we will worship a living God. And I think everybody prefers to worship a living God.
You know what's interesting to me on that one
Hmm.
is there are no atheists in a foxhole.
I love that quote. Yes.
Like you're gonna get to the conclusion,
Yeah.
and that's why I said
There's
what I
no
said the other night.
atheist in an apostle. Is
In a
that what you said?
foxhole.
In a foxhole.
Yeah.
Like if you're on the front lines and you have to dig a hole so that you don't get shot or
Yeah.
Yeah, like the front
shrapneled.
lines of World War One, I think is where the quote came from.
Mm.
When you're worried about your life,
Yeah.
Yeah,
truly.
when you're faced with mortality and you watch others face their mortality right in front of you,
Mm-hmm.
you find God in that moment,
Pretty
or
serious.
in that event, in that experience. And the guy that quoted it, he just said just that. There are no atheists in a foxhole.
No, because you don't have time to think about shit like that. Like the
They
immediate
all,
mortality
what is
is
the realm
it's
of the
not.
banished?
The argument I always like to push, like versus secularism versus
Mm-hmm.
religion, it's like, why not try to believe something instead of nothing?
Yeah.
Pascal's wager.
You literally have nothing to lose if you vow or if you vouch for a belief.
And
While
That's
even if
you
go ahead, sorry.
confirmed lose, you're not even playing the game if you're not even if you don't have a ticket for it.
that's exactly Pascal's wager. So that was exactly his point. I like the 1300
Wow.
was
That's
you have
really awesome
nothing to
you knew
lose
that.
to believe. So you could bet your whole soul that there's nothing or something.
And if there's nothing, you have nothing to worry about. So who gives a
Exactly.
shit about
Yeah.
that?
So live your life as though it is.
You know what? In the world of the secular, something that I came across was very fascinating. It's called hedonistic calculus. Have you heard of this?
I'm
No,
familiar with
probably
both
not by
those
that. No.
terms, but
Yeah.
I imagine you probably can guess what it is. It's the art of weighing the pros and cons of any delight that you might want to endeavor into, and seeing if the pros weigh out the cons. Like, I'm gonna go super wasted at this party, but I'm gonna have a really bad hangover. So you weigh those two, you know. And so you're secularly weighing the pros and cons of hedonism with just the moral compass of how hard or how easy it'll be to recover from it.
like a
Uh,
cost benefit analysis.
you could always
Yeah.
just lean on the Catholic thing. What is it they say? If you're happy and you know it, it's a sin.
Yeah, well, fuck the Catholics, dude.
That's a good one, dude.
Well, I have a problem with Catholics.
uh,
Yeah.
they all have that problem, right?
They all have what?
They all have that problem.
Which one?
Yeah, yeah.
The
Oh,
problem, dog. The
yeah,
fucking of
that.
kids.
Yeah.
They
It's not
all
natural.
have it.
Celibacy is not a biblical thing. They say it is, but I say it's not. So.
No, the fucking of children is the.
Well, right, but the reason why is because they're saying to the church and their office that I am going to remain celibate. And a man who is trying to work against nature gets weird in my book.
Yeah.
So like if the priests were allowed to have wives or at least fuck women, then there wouldn't be fucking of children so much. Maybe not.
Being
Maybe I'm wrong.
being a nun and or a priest that's made a vow of celibacy
Hmm.
goes against God's creation already in the book of
Yeah.
Genesis.
Amen, brother. Be fruitful and multiply.
But yes, and that's what it is. Is it goes against the design. It's like we're supposed to have women and children together and families and friends and
Yeah.
cohorts, people that you actually care about. It's the only form of communism that actually works is is people that work together for good.
Yeah.
Like the Jews, when they help each other out and they strictly hire within their group and don't let their children experience culture from outside of their group. Kind of like what they do.
Yep. Well, they
You know,
definitely employ their own and strictly their own.
Oh, yeah. They'll
And,
wait
and
for
it's
their.
crazy that we're goyim to them, dude. We're nothing. We are fucking dirt. They are
That's
the
not
super
crazy,
race,
man.
and we are the
less than
bullshit. You know, less than nothing. Yeah. Which,
It's not
I mean,
crazy.
that's what
That's
Hitler thought about them.
Hitler tried to save us from them.
Yeah.
Hitler sat where we sit now.
Crazy, huh?
Like no shit, not no joke. In the early 30s, late 20s, he sat where we sit now. Working class, fucking beat down, inflating like it's never happened before.
Mm-hmm.
All because of the decisions of fucking Jews in London. When a government he didn't ask for did something he didn't ask them to do. Like he sat right where we sit now.
don't worry, they'll get expulsed again.
Yeah, Albania just made the list 110.
It's a part of their curse biblically.
Yeah.
They will get kicked out of every nation they're in.
Wow.
And it's the Edomites and the I'm something of a biblical scholar myself.
Right on. Right
I
on.
try not to. I try not to.
Feel
Proselytize?
that?
Not yeah, that. But it's like after a while you see patterns
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called
and
noticing, and you're not supposed to do
yeah,
that.
start noticing stuff. Yeah,
Pattern
and then
recognition.
so in the Bible, the important thing really is the legacy of Adam.
Mhm.
And once you understand that and the descendancies of these people, you find out why they are what they are, and you find out that there is truly a synagogue of Satan out there. There are people that do heinous things,
Yes,
and
evil is real.
we call them. So the Christian part of me tells me that there are truly Jewish people out there that are genuine and good, but the ones that are not are the ones that claim they are Jews and are not. And there's a large difference between them because of what is written. And for a long time myself, I wasn't aware of this, and then until fairly recently, I've just discovered what the aspect of truth is in it, and it all clicked
Hmm.
for me at
Aspect of
least.
truth. That's good.
But I can tell you this is there's people out there that don't mean well for anybody.
Yeah. Yeah. And I try to be, you know, I try to be the opposite of what is happening. Like if somebody comes at me with a super spiritual answer, I try to respond with something super not spiritual, and vice versa. Yeah. And so when these guys are trying to say this is the way it's going to be, I don't know, like I don't have any hope,
When our
and
choice is stolen because someone else said so, I have a problem with that.
yeah.
And the reason why I have a problem with that is because it immediately affects me, and it immediately affects people that I'm related to or that I am friends with. It
Yeah.
affects all of us regardless of what your spiritual belief is and what mine is and what all
Yes.
our beliefs are. The fact of the matter is something is truly fucked up and there is evil afoot, and it's you see it plain sight.
Mm.
And that's the scary part is there's nothing you can do about it, but the thing you can do about it is let other people know. Tell people the patterns.
I've got one for you. DJ Vance just wrote a book. Now, whether he did it or not, I don't know. But in his book, he basically all but says Calvinism and predestination is what he believes in. And the reason he believes that is because he rationalizes that since he has never been afraid of hell, he believes that he's guaranteed into heaven, and that Calvin in predestination was correct. So I came from a family that was like, Calvinism is wrong. We are not predestined. We all have freedom to choose, and if we don't choose God, then we're not in a good place. I don't project outward that people that aren't saved go to hell. I don't project that, but I don't know. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I don't say you better get saved, and I don't feel like people should get saved. I think that, like what Battle Proven was saying, a relationship with Jesus just is the best choice people can make in their lives. But I don't concern myself with their soul.
I see what you're saying, and now I'm just gonna say my experience is I believe that my creator loves everyone so much he's done everything he possibly can to bring us from the edge of hell. And with that, there are truly wicked people, and I don't think there's people that have any chance. I think there are people that have no chance for redemption. They
You're
they
100% right.
they openly choose evil every chance they get, and even if they're given a chance to everyone's given a choice whether to do something heinously evil or not when it comes to what Epstein has done and what
Yes.
these rich people are doing. They have a choice. They're doing the deed because they want to.
Yeah.
And that is the separation that I have for them. They're
Yeah.
doing it because they
Look,
want to do it.
and you're exactly right. There are irredeemables in this world, and they are amongst us, and many. But the thing is they don't win. So like
No, because they get hated by everybody,
we know
Mm.
that they
people that
don't
believe
win.
or not.
Yeah.
So it's not a weight we have to carry,
Right.
because it is out there, and living the way is the best way, but evil doesn't win this game.
No.
So
No.
And
Eventually, people
the
are going to be so fed up with the nonsense that it doesn't matter if it's religion or not. It's going to be destroyed.
yeah. They
Well,
say that those that hope in the Lord will not be disappointed. And there's times in my life when I'm like, I think I might be disappointed right now, but I think we need to step back and include that part of the picture that we can't see. What's it look like after we're dead? Are we disappointed then? You know? And so I think people that are like, I don't agree with that, are just they don't realize that there's more to life than being alive.
Well, we don't see the great picture of things, and we don't our totality of life. We don't see what ultimately happens because our time here is so limited.
Mm-hmm.
I would
So
like to throw a curveball into this conversation and
go for it.
say that I don't necessarily agree fully with the kind of consensus on the whole soul thing. I think there's really only one soul, and after every human life experience, that soul is prepared for something else. And so I believe that we are all somewhere along that path, and there are a lot of people in our history that we can put on the far left side of that scale, and there's one that we can put on the far right of that scale, and we're all somewhere in between that. And our job is only to live our life to what we know is good and evil, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because
Mm-hmm.
without that evil, and without that uh that in our lives would be meaningless
Yeah.
without that struggle.
Being alive is the point. And I mean, when I took LSD and I kind of felt like all of us are a part of the same thing, there were some weird ideas that came into my mind. And it's forever changed me.
Mushrooms did that for me.
Yeah.
It was a lot of mushroom.
But
It was
but I
like
felt like
somewhere
everything's
between a
going to
half ounce
be...
and an
Oh.
ounce.
I did salvia. And I had a fucked up trip, and after that, I basically said to myself, I'm never doing anything like that again.
Yeah.
Drugs, no matter what it is, makes me absolutely paranoid.
Mm.
And through like the chaos of not having the ability to not have control of my thoughts
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
is absolutely terrifying to me.
That's what my dad says, too. He does not like not being in control. Which, I mean, I think we all
And
do.
it's not like, and it's not even the control in the negative sense. It's just I want to be able to formulate my own thoughts. I don't want anyone else or anything else in there to
Yeah.
take that away from me. I
Yeah.
just don't.
It's nice to have a peace of mind, like your mind being at peace and control. You know, every thought held captive. Let's see, what's this?
I really
96?
wouldn't want it any other way.
Yeah, agreed. We were
There it
raised
is,
right.
Smiter. There it is. Side to side.
That's another thing too, is like there's some people that are just incapable of having conversations even like this.
Mm-hmm. Very
that?
opinionated.
Well, it's like they have to, like, they don't think that other people are entitled to an opinion, which is
Well,
the
it's
wild one.
secure. It's a security thing or an insecurity thing, I believe.
Hmm.
Yeah.
At least with my family members.
Right on. Makes sense. Makes sense. I mean,
Yeah,
you know, go ahead.
if their idea gets challenged and they're wrong, it's all for naught, I think. And
But
it's
ideas
just
are
safer,
supposed to be challenged. That's
right?
what learning is.
Yeah.
If nothing's challenged, then it's literally just blind faith.
Yep.
You don't
And
know what
well,
anything is.
some of them need it, man. They're just earlier in the journey.
The more somebody holds on to their belief structure, the more insecure they are about it. Like,
Right.
I'm secure in what I believe insofar as that I know I don't fully understand it. But I know enough to have faith, hope, and love.
Are we
Up above a lot of people with that.
is it a bad time to quote Marcus Aurelius?
This is a great time to
No,
quote
go for
Marcus
it.
Aurelius.
My only fear is doing something contrary to human nature. The wrong thing, the wrong way, or the wrong time.
I love that quote.
So there's a lot of that too about what he believed as a Stoic is human nature.
Mm-hmm.
And he,
Well, the sad thing is human nature's predictable, because it usually ends up the same thing of I want more, or I want. It's usually what humans want are mostly selfish, and it's for themselves or their group.
Yeah.
But usually it's more individual, like especially now. Everything's so much more individualistic now than it's ever been. And the proof you can see is you just log on social media. People only care about their own thing,
Yeah.
which is why I don't use, Facebook and shit like that anymore. It's just a rat race.
Yes. Yes, it is. And it's
So-
brainwashing.
we've kind of done a thing, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this conversation has been recorded, correctly?
Yep.
We kind of just recorded a podcast.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
3 millennials not crashing out over stupid shit. Code 1.
Yes. Yes. It really is.
I've been talking about this for a while, but
It needs to be discussed. There's nobody talking about it.
there's a lot of people talking about it, but they're being paid to talk about it in some form or another.
Ooh, good
They're
point.
sold
Can't
to their
buy me a
ideology.
hot dog stand, man.
Yeah.
You can't.
You know what I
buy-
mean? They're captured by it. Like
Yeah.
you guys mentioned about Freud.
Mhm.
He's captured by it, so he
Mhm.
can't. It's cognitive dissonance, right?
Cognitive
Yeah,
dissonance. Yes,
it,
yes, yes.
That's a lot of syllables for you, bud.
it's a lot. I I pulled it out of somewhere though.
Holy moly.
I'm I'm glad I got it all out of one chunk.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it's a natural thing to make your home and your life as comfortable as possible. Deal with fucking shit of it.
Yeah.
The copium, man.
The
Human
copium.
creation. The human creativity with copium.
Copium hard, dude. We are you know, they've always kind of come down on us gamers for escapism, especially the smokers, the cannabis smokers, big time coming down on us for escapism, right? And I get it. I can see why they would say that. But, you know, at the end of the day, everybody is escaping more now than they ever have before, and it's not even just the gamers, it's the whole.
Wait, the guy who spent his entire life in a garage working on a car for no reason other than to make himself feel better is talking to the gamer about escaping
Yeah,
reality.
exactly.
Even
Or the
games.
guy camped at a
And the
bar
shit is, the
on a
shit
golf
is,
course.
you can't even
Like,
escape that stuff sometimes. Like it's, the captures everywhere.
yeah, well, or the lady with a wall full of half smut books. The
Does have
old
a
lady with a
personal
wall
attack
full
on
of
Jack
smut
over here.
books. That my wife would give it a little chuckle. But you know what I mean? The lady that bitches about you playing video games, but she's got a wall full of books that give her no
Yep.
no knowledge, skills. The only reason is for escapism, like my video games.
Shouldn't you be taking pictures of your butthole on OnlyFans?
You know what I'm saying? It's just awful rich. It's like the boomers saying, "We didn't have autism, but don't get into that cabinet and touch those pieces of ceramic. Those are special."
Yeah, oh my
Who has
gosh.
autism now?
Dude, the Precious Moments dolls.
Oh my
Oh,
god, my wife has precious moments. We had to stop there on the way to Branson.
dude, there's that precious. Did you stop at like the Precious Moments farm or
Yeah.
whatever it is? I went
The
there one
place,
time.
yeah.
I went there once. I was shocked. It was a shocking place to go.
It's interesting for sure.
Yeah.
But my wife went there when she was a little girl, so we went back. And yeah, all of them. You're right. It's all escapism and autism.
Yeah. But now that we are all like, you know, opening our eyes just a little bit wider and starting to see just a little bit more, it helps me to understand that I guess the myths and the shadows are dispelled. I'm no longer disillusioned by the way things are. I see them better every day. So I can kind of see a little bit more of the bullshit. And it doesn't make me more cynical, but it definitely gives me more of a blank check to write myself. It's like, dude, I don't need to feel guilty. I don't need to feel ashamed. I'm just a human.
Are you familiar with the link between shame and honor?
No, please.
One cannot be honorable that feels no shame.
Whoa, that's cool.
I've boiled that down quite a lot to that statement, but that is the gist of it.
That's a good statement.
Is shame is necessary for honor to exist.
Mm-hmm.
How does one learn shame if they're shameless?
Exactly, and that's a shameless person is an honorless person.
Yeah, so they'll never have it.
Exactly.
So it's along the lines of there's just certain people out there that don't have it. They
I
are
also
the
think
people that are more. There's people out there that are just gonna be a net negative. It doesn't matter what. Like they're just gonna be pieces of shit their whole fucking life,
But it
and they're gonna
goes
wear
down.
everyone else down with them.
It goes down to parenting and education there as well.
And
Because
building families and
yeah.
teaching people what
learning those
teaching kids how to
that
be
social
good
contract
human beings.
part of the gig. You know, and those people that don't understand it and they're irredeemable in that aspect, they will die as well as the rest of us. No. It's like the boomers. They've fucked it up, but they're dying.
Social contract theory is interesting because on one hand you think it works really well, but when it's not based on any spiritually tuned ideology or whatever it might be, if it's just unbased, it's like the social what do you call that, the social contract can become whatever the guy in charge says it should be, and then he can start putting people to death that don't follow it, and it might go completely against the Bible or even other religious ideas,
Well, that's
because
the problem with social norms is there's no baseline good. There's no
Is it Adam
foundation.
Hill? No.
Without foundation, there's nothing. Everything's morally subjective, which
yes,
means it's eventually going to be like, well, may as well throw everyone in the ovens again. That's what it's going to end up being every fucking time.
yeah,
Is someone's going to have control and someone else isn't.
mm-hmm,
And people getting back the control that they've had is going to be the way to change it, because that's what enlightenment is something's wrong. Whether you find out what it is or not is the important aspect. But that's what's important of having leaders and not idols, because idols are just going to say stupid shit that you want to hear, not what you need to hear.
yeah, they go wherever their itching ears find the right message. They only want to hear what they want to hear, and they can't hear the truth because of that.
Lost a lot of people I consider my friends to that. To telling them what they need to hear rather than what they're asking to hear.
Yeah.
Well, and isn't that the whole point of going to any sort of
Andrew Wilson. You watch Andrew Wilson, yeah?
His name sounds familiar. I can't put a face to it.
He does the debates.
Is that the Daily Wire guy?
No. He's the Crucible guy.
Let me look.
The channel's called The Crucible.
Oh, I'm not familiar with him.
Dak used his argument, or you came to it's a similar argument about the social contract.
Oh, really?
Needing a spiritual backing. Yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause
see,
he's
that's cool.
debating a libertarian, and if you push the libertarian views to the absolute fringe, which Andrew Wilson does, it comes to like that what you're talking about, that spiritual backing. Like there has to come a point when the buck stops, right? There has to be a point where the buck stops, and that doesn't stop anywhere. And people are marrying 3-year-olds to have sex with them.
Yeah.
In a libertarian world, or
that's a Jewish thing, by the way. In the
whatever. But yeah.
And if you look at the Epstein files, there's a lot of people that were 3-year-olds that were sexually destroyed through their degeneracy. And you also notice that there's no Ashkenazi involved.
Yes.
I'm just noticing.
Yes.
Guys, I'm just noticing.
It's terminal noticing.
Yeah,
sometimes.
Terminal noticing. That's a good way to say it. Yeah.
Terminal noticing.
You gotta look out for that. Catch
escaped,
terminal noticing.
We've escaped Goyim containment.
Yep.
Animals are free. We're free.
I think it's another good time for a little Marcus Aurelius here.
Yeah.
Everywhere, at each moment, you have the option to accept this event with humility, to treat this person as he should be treated, or to approach this thought with care so that nothing irrational creeps in.
That's awesome. So that nothing irrational creeps in. Guarding that from happening is the opposite of what we seem to be doing today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We jump immediately to the most irrational, and then we accuse. You're a pedophile. You're definitely a pedophile. I know it just by who you voted for, or you're definitely a Nazi, or whatever. I'm not saying
But
it.
golf is fascist.
Yeah, they will.
It's merely buzzwords as opposed to having any actual concept of what's going on. It's just modern day gaslighting at every degree.
Gaslighting is it. And the worst part about it is the Christians of the world are kind of stuck in the middle of what's going on because they have this huge...
Most Christians are duped through Zionism alone.
Yes,
And if
yes,
they picked up
yes.
and read the Bible, they'd discover that Israel should not exist until Christ comes down from heaven.
They got to break away from the Schofield.
The Schofield Bible is definitely one of the problems because, Schofield, I know all about him. Not all about him, but I know enough about him to notice things.
Yeah.
The
And
Schofield
honestly,
Bible.
It's the Schofield Index Bible.
Okay.
So Schofield was a...
You wrote the Bible to favor Zionism. And
the creation of Judeo-Christianity.
I see.
And Judeo-Christianity is the problem.
It's pretty wild that there's
Wow.
3 big Abrahamic faiths, right?
Yes.
And in 2 of them, Jesus is a good guy.
There's nothing wrong with the Abrahamic faith.
I know.
It's
No.
Zionism that's the problem.
2 of them, Jesus is a good guy. The 3rd one, Jesus is boiling an excrement.
In hell.
And somehow that 3rd one has made the first one hate the second one and love the 3rd one.
Wow.
I don't understand it.
Yeah.
They're our greatest ally. They're our greatest ally, guys. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Because in Islam, Jesus is the message. Like, I get it that it's a different religious and he's not the #1 guy, but he's not boiling an excrement in Islam. Muslims don't believe that. The other Abrahamic faith does. The Judeo part of the
ones that put him to death in the first place.
It's so crazy. No, that was Pilate. They merely chose to save someone else. They didn't choose to kill Jesus. Pilate did.
Fair.
That has been litigated over and over by very litigious people.
So, the fact that it was the Jews that had him taken, the Jews that would have uprose.
Can I do a quick correction on that?
Sure.
So, it wasn't a Jew. It was the Pharisees that have been replaced with. The Pharisees and the Sadducees have been replaced by Edomites and Canaanites. And if you picked up the Bible, you'd know that they're basically God, Jesus Christ himself, called them dogs.
Mm-hmm.
And with the through the biblical curses is actually Noah, or no, not Noah. Is it Noah? I have to make sure I have the right person. But I believe it was Abraham. That's right. It was Abraham, which is the father of all nations and stuff like that, if you believe in Christianity.
Yeah.
He was the one that cursed Esau. Says that you're going to be your brother's keeper, meaning that you are going to be slave to your brother because of what he did to him when Abraham was drunk, and he cursed that whole line, which was the Pharisees and the Sadducees of Canaan. So with what you were going to say,
yes,
the Jews were not actually the Jews, because who's pretending to be them are it's the synagogue of Satan.
Yeah, so that's an interesting thought, though, because the Sadducees and the Pharisees were the religious and the leaders of the whole gang of Jews, right?
And
They were the
they
ones
got
that.
perverted through sexual sin and immorality.
Hmm.
And look at where we're at now.
Yeah,
Notice
yeah.
any pattern?
I do.
Got to watch out for that terminal noticing.
Yeah.
Boys,
Terminal noticing's reached peak levels.
Yeah.
this has been tremendous. I don't like Smiter. You're basically the only person I can get deep like this with, and now I think Dak, you've proven yourself to be someone I can talk to like that as well, and that's tremendous.
It
But
is
I do
awesome.
have to work tomorrow.
Roger that, my friend. Hey, it was good chatting with you for sure, and I look forward to hanging out some again later.
There's plenty more to discuss.
Yes.
And if we need to revisit the thought of keeping this recording.
Yes, absolutely. You know, there's a scripture that says if a man knows the right thing to do and doesn't do it, for him it is sin. I think about that.
I'm not sure where that is, but sitting idly by when you can do something is something. And honestly, it's like I'm more than willing to voice my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
It's all I have, and it's like
And it's not detestable.
Myself, it's like I was born into a Christian family, so I've had these traditions for a long time, and society slowly and slowly has eroded that, and I believed in the whole Zionism thing of Judaism, how it's like Christianity and that are teamed up, but they truly are not, and that's what caused a lot of damage for me. Is like I lost faith for a long time. I stopped caring about my belief, and then once I found out more about uh, Genesis and the beginning of the Bible, there's so much knowledge in that explains our current day problems with the modern day Jews that are not Jews but lie. And it states that in Revelations as well, that in the end times Israel is going to be occupied by people that are not Jews. They're not Jewish people.
Hmm.
And the people that are currently in power they're too satanic for me to want to claim them to be the true Israelites, and I finally bridged the gap with that, and I'm thankful for a particular pastor online that I randomly bumped into, and it really reignited my faith in Christ again. And I don't want to be that guy that's like that forces it on other people, but through
Yeah.
what I've experienced, it's like I've been yearning for goodness, and it's like I want what's good for not just me, but I want it for you, and I want it for Battle Proven, and I want it for his children, his children's children, and it's like it matters to all of us, and that's truly what being an American is to pass down the a greater inheritance than before.
Yes. Absolutely. And you know, they say it's not flesh and blood we do battle with, but principalities of darkness in heavenly places. And I just keep that in mind because I believe we're in the end times. Now, I also believe that for some reason, I look back in history, it seems like the end times have come a couple times, you know? So I can't explain that. I do know that, I am expecting the second coming. if it's on the
I
day
have
that
to ask
I
at this point is I have to ask at this point, but what is your belief, if you mind me asking?
So, I was born to a Christian family. My dad was a pastor of a Christian church, kind of like a Foursquare
Wow.
church, but like non-denominational. So I was a pastor's kid. Got a divorce in 2016, and then for the next 3 years, for the first time in my life, turned my back on God. Because it was like a Job experience, you know? It just was all bad, and I couldn't explain why it was all bad. So, after 3 years of just sitting and thinking, I finally came back to God, and then, you know, I also came back to God in a sort of way that I know.
We're a perfect match then, because it's like I felt the same way. This is weird, dude. Like this is
And when I was at my
it,
lowest, the one thing that did not shake off, the one thing, was Jesus Christ is Lord. I was in the back
yeah.
of my head, sitting in the corner of a room, cradled on my haunches, you know, rocking back and forth manically like you would imagine, and just that was the one thing. Jesus Christ is Lord. I know that. That's all I know. I know if that's all I know, then that's okay.
And if that's all it took to just held on to that little thread,
Yeah.
then there's more. There's more to that. Like there's understanding. Like I'm almost 40 years old, and I finally feel like I made it somewhere with this.
Mm-hmm.
And I look around at other people, and it's like, how are these people like devout Christians, and they claim that they are, and they're not, and it's
Mm-hmm.
like there's so many false. There's so much fakeness out there. There's
Yes.
so much people that claim there's something they're not, and I'm so tired of it. Like, and I
I.
think that's what really resonated with me with finding out who the true adversary is, and you and I both know it's Satan
Mm-hmm.
himself.
Mm-hmm.
But the synagogue of Satan, I think, is the most important aspect of it, because what it did for me is it drew battle lines. Now I know where to stand, and I know which way to face.
Yes.
And for the longest time, I felt lost.
Mm. That's a good thing to say. Uh, I felt the same way. Well, I felt a little betrayed because in my mind, divorce wasn't
Same.
possible. If you follow everything the way you're supposed, just like Job, dude. Job had everything locked down. He was doing just right. It wasn't for something that he did wrong or didn't do right that his life fell apart. You know, sometimes we suffer, and that's a part of life. Um,
And God did that to test Job. But Job, he knew who Job was. And he told Satan himself that Job is mine. He'll never turn on me. He loves me and I love him.
mm-hmm,
And
mm-hmm,
he knew him. So, and Job was righteous.
yeah,
And his whole family died in one night when the roof collapsed on all of them. His he all of his stuff was stolen and taken. His wife came up to him and told him to
curse God and
curse his
die.
savior. Yep, curse him and die. I want to think that like she died, but
Yeah,
it's like like fuck that slut, dude. She's
yeah,
horrible.
yeah.
That definitely like, and that's where like the whole unevenly yoked thing comes from. It's like if Job truly had a wife that loved him,
Mm-hmm.
she never would have left either. But it's like this is talking about God here, so it's like, and I think it's more important for a man to keep temperance more so than anything else, because the man is what's supposed to forge ahead with all the hard decisions, and they're the ones that make the ultimate sacrifice all the time anyway.
Yeah. I'm a big
And
fan of masculinity and men being,
Same.
men
Same.
being real men. It's harder to find these days, but I'm always excited to see men, beards, uh, and just doing the right thing, even if it's hard.
So
And
what I like is the World War II soldiers that literally the best generation to ever live. They set the foundation for our
for
fathers to basically have this wonderful nation, which kind of fell by the wayside pretty quickly when uh, the boomers basically were selfish pieces of shit. But that's here nor there.
yeah,
But they basically ushered in our current predicament, and we're gonna have to dig ourselves out of this somehow.
it's crazy, Okay, so I've been watching MASH lately. I love MASH, and there's this episode where Burns is in his tent with this female officer who's visiting, and she's older lady, real ugly, but she throws herself at him and says, I'll put you in the Pentagon. I can get you promoted. I can get you in with the president. And for a moment there, he's like starstruck, like, wow, I could be at the Pentagon. Wow, I could be with the president. My career. All those aspirations visualized in front of him for a moment. And then somebody walks in the tent and she says, rape, rape. He was trying to rape me. And I was just like taken aback because of how frequently this happens, that somebody throws another person's life under a bus without consideration, without thought.
And under false pretenses as well.
Yes, a complete lie, fabrication. It's like, and that happens over and over enough times. It's not just that one man's life that's affected or everybody connected. It's also like the art of being a man in the first place. Like, we're getting punished for being men. And so now we don't even approach. We don't even, because it's so dangerous to love somebody these days because of the Me Too movements of the world. Now, I'm not saying chauvinism is the best thing in the world. I'm just saying that, when men are getting in trouble for being men, it's kind of it's kind of changing the way things should be.
I agree.
But yeah, dude, throwing somebody under the bus. Can you imagine how often that happens? And I was thinking it while she was saying it. I was like, that's not a bad idea. Dude, he can come ahead. All he's got to do is kiss an old lady. Like, that's not a big deal. And then I saw it after it happened. I was like, oh, dude, I wouldn't have. Guys don't look at the trap. We don't think like this is going to happen. We just are like, oh, quid pro quo. I can do that. But it's not simple. It's a trap.
That's because it's not dealing with an actual man.
Yeah.
With the honor system.
Mm-hmm. The honor system, man. I tell you. And
it's lost,
men are.
Dude. It's lost because of that.
Yeah.
Go for it. Sorry.
Men are not innocent in this, though, because we were abusive. We played a part in offsetting the scales. Also, I feel like, like as a whole, as a, you know what I mean? Like we weren't kind to our women for a while there, and then the women were like, I feel like I'm being mistreated or whatever. But at the same time I say that, I also think about what's that comedian who talks about, he's like, in the beginning there was Adam and Eve and everything was perfect, and Adam says to Eve, isn't this great, Eve? We've got everything we need, and we won't hunger, we won't have to work, everything's great. And she says, it's just not enough, isn't it? You'd know the comedian, I forget his name, but the idea though is there that it doesn't matter if everything is perfect, there's still going to be that wayward female spirit that tries to ruin things.
Being merely content is never an option for certain people.
Yeah.
And I think modesty has to do with that. Modest, like being modest and being showing any sort of temperance really is through loss will you only know what you've lost and what you've had, and you basically get to determine whether you're bitter or whether you're thankful for
Yeah.
things you have. And I tell you what, I've lost a lot of things in my life, and I have plenty of reasons to be bitter.
Mm.
But loving people and being friendly and being kind ultimately is better.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to be that old bat that no one wants to see because he's a jackass. Like, that's
Yeah.
not
And
ideal.
and at the same time, though, I feel like that asshole that's inside of me kind of still has a place. You know, the dragon inside of us still has a place. It shouldn't be in control at any point, but knowing that we are dangerous is an important realization. It seems to me. I say that. It seems to
Well, I
me that
think we
that's
should
important.
be able to use that dragon whenever it needs to be in order to devour our enemies,
Yes.
because I think that's the only thing a lot of people have is they only know violence or they only know destruction.
Yeah.
And you have to be able to strike back when you can.
Mm-hmm.
And
Was I say peace through strength or peace through violence or being the scarier person carrying the bigger stick? I don't know. The military has this thing about strength creating peace.
well, it's better to need it and not have it than have it and not need it. Is you
Yeah.
have to have like the whole point of the whole armed society is a polite society. Is you have the gun, but it's like it's not jumping off its the shelf and shooting people by itself.
Right.
Like there's a person that has it, and there's a person that knows when to use it, and there's ones that know when like, and then there's people that don't. And
Yeah.
those are typically the violent ones that need to be locked up or need to be made an example of so that they never do it again and no one else thinks of it. Not the type that truly understands what other people go through. They only care about their own contentions.
Yeah, that's understandable. Kind of the
And
default human.
yeah, like default NPC human programming.
Yeah.
And then, I guess thought and caring for other people skips a generation, it seems.
It's funny because like I had great parents, a great childhood. I was raised right. I was raised, all of these things lined up in my life. But for my dad, his dad was an abusive alcoholic who died in a car accident when he was 16. And so it's weird to look at it like lineage. Like, so my dad didn't get to be with his dad in a positive way, but I got to be with my dad in a positive way, but I don't get to be with my son, at least right now, in a positive way. So it's like a weird sort of thing that happens between the generations.
Yeah.
Similarities.
Someone gets cheated,
Mm-hmm.
but then someone, well, it's like your father didn't have a father, but he became a real good father.
Yeah.
And then you're ready to be a good father as well, and you still have that capacity within you.
Mm-hmm.
You just need to find the proper time to
Yeah.
fix yourself in.
And something I found is that father and mother is an archetype almost. And you run into mothers all throughout this world and you can see it in them. They are just a mother to the nations almost. They have the spirit. And so like who is my mother, who is my father, Jesus said. Because I think he saw the same sort of thing where we all have different capacities, and some of us carry that mantle. I carry the mantle of a father, not just because I had my children, but I mean also because it was instilled in me by my dad. And so I now, by proxy, not that I'm trying to do this, It just happens because it happens to me. Therefore, I know it happens to other people where I am by proxy a father figure for people that haven't had that. Just like it happens with mothers. And so I've been able to influence groups of people at different times because of my just being myself. I'm not trying to witness or anything like that. It's just I'm loving, I'm kind, I'm caring. I look out, and I think that's something that if you recognize it, it helps you to be like, I'm less sad about not having a father because I do have a father. I have a heavenly father, but not just that. I also have this whole world full of fathers, you know? We're in a world full of fathers.
Yeah, and honestly, from what I've seen is like people I think people want authenticity more than ever now
Yeah.
because we've seen we've seen too much bullshit, and the bullshit is finally catching up to the lies and the control that is that's basically consumed our nation. And I want to be free of it, and I'm sure everyone else wants to be free of it because we want to go and buy like a $5 foot long super cheap, and we want to have a life and know that we're all going to be safe. And the
Yeah.
only way that happens is by having an actual cohesive culture. And
Yes.
you have to have like-minded people in a culture, otherwise it doesn't work. If you
Yeah.
don't have people that love the United States history and our origin, then it's like you don't belong here, dude. Like, this is the United States where our history is important and our sovereign Jesus Christ is important.
Hmm.
You don't have to believe, but just knowing where our freedoms and rights come from is that.
Yes. The dignity of man. It's the whole othering, how we other. They're other than us, therefore they're less than human. Like I try to not do that. It happens, you know? Because there is, I think, a reason to have boundaries around the people that are around you. Like I think that it would be good to have a society that all had a similar ideology because it wouldn't make sense to try to make a society work if half or third of the people thought it was okay to be cannibals. You know? you know? I mean,
It
I took
won't
that as
work.
an it won't work, and I take that as an
If you have
extreme
a bunch of
example.
people. Yeah, yeah, no, that's a good example.
But it's like we don't want cannibals in our society. Maybe you think that's a bigoted of me to say we don't want cannibals, but I don't care. I think that's a reasonable statement. No cannibals in society.
Yeah, I can agree to that.
But the idea that I don't know, like there's something to
Not
be
all
said about
societies are equal either. Not
yes,
not even close.
yes, and if you come into
Perfect
our
and
society,
a perfect example would be Islam. Okay, well, I guess we could lock up all our women. We can put burqas on them,
yeah,
and we can all be slaves. That sounds great. Let's do
mm-hmm,
that.
it's true, and that's exactly it. The fact is, Christian nations treat women with more respect than any other nation. It's interesting. It's true. We give women rights. We treat them as equals. We understand the concept of being equally yoked. They are, biblically described as being the weaker vessel. Part of that is due to menstruation, and part of that is due to the biology. But that doesn't mean they're less than.
It doesn't mean they're not strong in other areas because there's
Yeah,
some things that women can do that men simply cannot do.
yeah,
Like when it comes to their sheer intolerance or the defense of their children is incredibly fierce.
yeah. Mama
They
bear.
they they almost become superhuman. And men have that capacity too, but
Hmm.
because women are more in tune to their bodies than we are, like they know what their limits are, but as soon as something affects them immediately, it's like all bets are off, dude.
Yeah, it's true. I think the biggest,
And being a mother and compassionate, there's nothing better than a mother type figure that wants to bolster everyone around them. Like
yeah.
there's nothing wrong with support classes, dude. Like support is the best class in every game.
Yes, dude, for sure. You
Without
need it to
support,
win.
without support, your DPS sucks, your tanks suck, everything sucks. You
Yeah,
gotta have that support. And it sounds so stupid to say that in gamer terminology, but it's like it's fun to do it because it does make sense.
yeah. It's true. I mean, they're so valuable and they're so beautiful and they're
Yeah.
so wonderful. The feminine is absolutely a delight, you know? And
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
really is. And it's a shame that we've somehow convinced them that it's not enough or that it's not desirable. I think some of them reach that conclusion on their own without our help, but
The smart ones still figure it out that being a mother is the best thing to be because
yeah.
it's the best card they have. Like competing with men in work environment, it's like, all right, well you lost immediately because the man is gonna take more risk. They're gonna work more hours. They're going to be more integrated into their job. But it's like you hook up a baby to a woman that's a mother, and that person's like life support
Yeah.
and on a hostile world. It's like that mother's gonna do everything in their power to keep that baby happy. Like there are some genuinely wonderful mothers out there, and I love them, and I'm sure everyone appreciates a good mother. But it's like
Yes.
you have to have both mother and father for it to work. You just
Yep.
do.
It's true. Just you wait till dad gets home. Oh shit.
Well, yeah, because it's like you fucked with mom and dad's
Yeah.
involved. It's like now you fucked up, son or or daughter.
Oh, it's
Like
Bill
this is
Burr. I think it was Bill
this
Burr.
is
It talks
true.
about like his dad throwing a glass of milk in his face at the dinner table because he said something mean to his mom. You know? Oh, dude. That is defense of a mom right there. Defense of your wife. Don't talk shit about her. I will beat you.
Well, and it's all about boundaries, and you have to teach your children them. Otherwise, they're just like the heathens and the people you hate.
Yeah. Yeah. And heathens are not as fun as they think they are. It's
No, they ain't worth shit. Like I'm
it's
so I'm so tired of like riff raff culture so much. Like I'm so tired of it.
yeah. I think, cuz the Bible says a lot of things about a fool, 7 stripes on the back of a fool won't do anything, a fool in his folly don't get in his way, you know. A wise man sees something up ahead and gets out of the way, but a fool walks into it every single time. And
Yep.
I just trust, and I try to see how it works out in the real world, but I trust that, when you do things that are foolish, like you pay foolish prices. And eventually, hopefully, some of those people will wise up and say, maybe I should not run around and rob people or, whatever it might be.
Like baseline.
Yeah, just base.
But
And
somehow that's lost. That's completely lost.
it is. And so, like, I trust that the natural order has a correcting mechanism, you know? Like,
Like that
even though we
mechanism.
are powerless, the natural mechanisms will do what they always do, which is a brick wall at 70 miles an hour will always stop you. And you know what I mean?
Yeah, but the thing is like just because sometimes there's too many warning labels on things,
Yeah, that's a good thing to say. You're right.
and it's like
It,
people people are generally just stupid.
yeah. Oh, that's what
Like
I was going to say earlier. You were talking about the fakeness of Christians and in Christendom, not all, but some, and many in some cases. But I was going to say that, uh, we're described in the Bible as sheep, and I think that gives us not necessarily leeway to be stupid, but it helps me to understand that, we're just a bunch of sheep. And of course we're being fake because we don't understand yet. And I think it's only the lucky ones that really get to taste suffering in order to learn, you know? Other people that don't get to taste it never figure it out. It seems like suffering unlocks the door of real, where you really seek God's face and you really get angry at God and then you really decide to seek for answers and then you start to see conclusions and patterns. But it doesn't happen unless you suffer.
yeah, I hate that I have to agree with you on that, but it's true. Like with an easy life, there's literally nothing to worry about, and if life is too easy for people, then it's just gonna be the only thing I can do is be a jackass. Like they can't help themselves.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
think that's what we see with the elitist type people is they have literally millions and billions for some trust funds. They never have to work a day in their life or do anything and live at the lap of luxury. They don't suffer through hardship ever, and they just do either atrocities or they just do foolish things. And it's like I'm glad I'm not that. I truly am.
Yeah. It's it almost justifies, the suffering justifies us in a sort of way. And if it didn't, it would be less meaningful. But the fact it kind of says, hey, yeah, you've suffered, but look at what you've learned, and nobody can take that away.
Nope.
But there's got to be, the the boomer generation talks about revival, and I broke one time when they were talking about it, my mom and my grandma, and I said, but what was it really worth? What did we get out of all the revivals? Veggie Tales and DC Talk? Was that really the point of this Jesus movement? It seems like there were no long-standing reaping of benefits from that. But I'm not
Things
speaking against it.
things got systematically worse since the boomer generation. The baby boom generation is probably the most catastrophic generations we've had because not only did they have it better than their previous generation, but they also have it better than the generation that they gave birth to.
Yeah, they that at the same time, I think we kind of need a sort of revival in our country. People starting to say, maybe it's important to seek out spiritual truths and abide by them on principle, not on
Even
y-
just like equilibrium, like even just the ability to have your basic needs affordable is one,
yeah, yeah,
and paying for other people's, like we need to go back to merit-based stuff, like merit-based society. Like the whole free lunch stuff needs to come to an end,
yeah. Free
and paying for
lunches.
other people's shit. Like I'm done with that.
Yeah. Yeah. It sucks for people that were fiscally responsible to need to pay out their earnings to, you know, somebody who
The
didn't do it.
fools.
It's capitalism. That's how it succeeded for so long. Is because it makes sense to, dude. I worked all day and you're paying him the same amount that I did, and I did twice as much. Not fair. Fairness is inherently understood.
Yeah.
I think C.S. Lewis talked about how a child knows when something is not fair. They get a smaller piece and their sibling gets a bigger piece. That's not fair. You gave him a bigger piece. I think that was in his book Mere Christianity.
I
I
think
don't
I
know.
saw a like even animals when they saw that one was being treated more like they got a bigger portion of food,
Was that
they would
chimps?
act. It was like magpies. It was a bird. I
Mm,
think it was
mm,
a crow actually. Was it saw that it had one had was getting nothing. Well, it got like more than it can even eat,
oh wow. Yeah.
and what the bird ended up doing is just dropping it over. So it's like, so what that means
Mm-hmm.
is it was voluntary. He voluntarily gave away. It wasn't, I'm gonna take this away because now you have to.
Mm-hmm.
We need to return back to things. Actions need to be voluntary, not involuntary. And I think once that happens, we can finally get on like at least a better track, because it's like I don't want to give fucking any money that I've helped sustain my lifestyle and my grandma's lifestyle, because it's like she's done everything she can to get to where she's at, and it's like now I'm just she passed the torch and I'm taking care of it, and it's like why does she have to give people to or give money to people that don't give a shit about our society, or share the same deity, or share like any sort of
Yeah.
similarities. It's like we've created an environment where people just don't fucking give a shit about one another, and because
Yeah.
we just take it from people and redistribute it
Mm-hmm.
without it being voluntary,
Yeah.
removes that choice of being a good person.
It's interesting. You're right.
Now we're forced to be that.
You must love me only if you do it on your own will. You are forced to love me.
Yeah, which one sounds better to you?
Yeah. Yeah. And it's almost like a catch 22, there's no we're put in a situation where by the rules that they've set, there's no winning. But by setting yourself free from, I don't know, from the whole game, that's the only way out, is if you choose to love. It's swimming upstream, choosing to love over the alternative. And I don't know. The ways of man are permeated throughout our lives, and they're wrong. They're wrong. Let every man be false and God alone be true.
And I think so. I'm gonna go back to the like the quote unquote potential podcast thing.
Yeah.
Um, I think what would be entertaining is if we appealed to Marcus Aurelius and
Yeah.
whole thing too, because then it's like it's not just we're looking at things from all aspects. We can like quote shit from the Bible, or we can quote Marcus Aurelius. We can quote literally everything and everybody.
Yeah.
And I think that would give like such a different aspect of things, because it's like, because truly diversity of thought is what real diversity should be. With sharing knowledge is what capitalism really is about. It's about sharing ideas that work.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And if
Ideas that
there's
work. That's good.
if there's a better outfit or a better way to do things,
Mm-hmm.
let's do that. And sometimes some of the old stuff was the best it could ever be. Like you can't make a wheel better. The
Yeah,
wheel is already perfect.
it's already perfect. Ouch. Yeah, and I think as we go forward, I think we've got a lot of stuff to hash out. Really, I mean, even if we're not coming to any solid conclusions, we're at least talking about things that probably are thought about at least by many people. But I'm about talked all the way out. I'll tell you what, this has been an incredible sesh. Kind of my speed, really. Yeah. So, okay, there's definitely, I can see a pattern here with the who's who of the Jews. Because the Jews run Hollywood. The Jews run the news. The Jews run the
You know
banks.
that OnlyFans is owned by a rabbi and Pornhub is owned by a rabbi?
Yes, dude, I just learned that like last month, dude. It
Yeah.
shocked me. It's the Goyim oppression.
Yep.
It's crazy that they would, and I mean that alone, that sort of thing alone, kind of not rationalizes, but it makes what you're saying make sense as far as like these guys really are they really are a sanctuary of Satan or whatever you called it,
The synagogue of Satan.
synagogue of
The
Satan.
synagogue.
You know, who else would do that?
Synagogue is a church. It's organized destruction of Western culture, and this is my belief. I think every Western culture nation
Hmm.
are the true Israelites, and I think that because of where people have migrated from Israel and Jerusalem, the Middle East, where all this started, Canaan, from the land of Canaan.
Hmm.
I truly believe that the real ancestors of Judea are Western cultures because of how destroyed we are, how rampant the evil is on destroying like if you chase the haplogroups
Hmm.
and you look at Western culture, we're below replacement rate. And what will shock you, what shouldn't shock you, is Israel's replacement rate is above replacement. So their population will be sustained while Western
Really?
culture dies. Yep.
Huh. It's
It's
like
true.
they're eating the healthy food and they're giving us all the crap. As to depopulate on purpose.
I've considered eating the kosher diet because of that. Because if you follow kosher diet, it'll probably be healthy food that they won't poison.
Yeah, yeah,
Like you gotta think crazy like that.
it's true. I've been getting there because I can see it, and I'm having some health related issues as far as like digestion and stuff lately. Food is like what I can eat and be okay eating is minimizing. Like I can't do fast food or I get sick. I can't do certain foods or I get sick. So I'm constantly pulling back my own uh
Yeah.
just to find. So right now I'm on a steak diet. I eat steak. I eat kimchi for the microbes for my stomach. And I'm striving. I'm striving to be and to eat healthy so that my body will be sustained. And it's harder to do. I don't know how people can eat what they're eating and not be completely sick.
The human body can sustain a shitload of punishment.
Apparently so. It really
And
seems like that because, they've changed the recipe on many things. The recipe on Hot Pockets, the recipe in Taco Bell, and it's like they're adding just a little bit more cardboard to the recipe. It feels like that.
a little bit more sawdust,
A little bit more sawdust in the, and
yeah.
the whole idea that we were saying social credit scores are bad, China is bad for doing it, and now we're working
I
on
don't
our
even
own
care.
social credit system.
I'm not even worried about China anymore. Like my focus and my sights is basically on the false nation Israel right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hate to say it like that, but it's like
No, it makes sense.
there's
You
too
see,
much evidence against it. And the way APAC works, oh, and that's another thing, is APAC and the OnlyFan guy that's a rabbi collected money from all the fucking people that are jerking off to OnlyFans porn.
wow.
They paid all that money was paid to APAC for more representation of Israel or of people from Israel to lobby their own nation to they basically kicked out what's his name? He wasn't a particularly good candidate, but he was anti-Israel, which is enough.
Yeah, it seems
Chris
like
Chris
that's
Ma-
the line.
Chris Massey, it was his name.
What was it?
Chris Massey.
Okay, okay.
They ousted him by
Wait, Prime
lobbying
Minister of UK? No.
Chris Massey.
Yeah, was he the Prime Minister of UK? That
Oh wait,
just
no, not him. I'm thinking of someone else.
Oh, okay.
It was an American candidate that was kicked out. I
Mm.
guess it was Massey. Maybe I'm getting it confused with someone else. But essentially, what happened is we used our own American money to basically cancel out what could have been a good direction, and it's through foreign lobby. We need to kick foreign lobby out of this country faster than
Yo, for real. The lobby thing is so interesting to me because, cannabis user, love cannabis. I've gone and spoken publicly a couple times and given testimony about it, but I saw while I was giving testimony that all of these issues they're passing bills for, they have lobbyists in the room, and the lobby says, I say yay on behalf of Big Pharma Inc. or whatever, right? And just to see this money getting poured in and for the small people to go sit and try to participate in that, it's like I don't have time to sit here all day and say yay nay. It just has derailed this money. This lobby has derailed uh so
derailed
much.
our natural sovereignty of our country.
Yes,
We have no representation anymore. That's what's happened. Our
that's
nation right now is Israel. We're Israel now.
mm,
Like the bad Israel, not the good Israel.
yeah, yeah.
I'd hate to
It's
be anti-Semitic, but you know what? They're not Semites, so it's not anti-Semitic.
There you go. Hey, there you go. I
You
mean,
see,
isn't it funny? We can
you
be
see the
like,
import, and now you see the importance of origins.
yeah, yes, I do. Jesus Christ is Lord, and
Yeah,
he was a Jew, son of David, and
yeah,
the how could we be anti-Semitic if our Lord and Savior was a Semite?
because they're the anti-Semites.
That's right. They're
Little did
projecting.
they know. They, unironically, yes.
Isn't that funny? I learned about projection very, very late. I was like 37 when I first realized, oh, that's what it is, and that's what I've been doing this whole time, and that's what people do all the time without realizing it. You know, it's like the homophobe who's like got his own problems. You know, And I'm not speaking one way or the other on the topic, just that people that feel a sort of way generally are really they act out, postulate publicly that they stand on a position, and really they're just doing that to put distance publicly between them and the issue.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so true.
It's like, dude, I'm not a hateful bigot. You're just saying that about me because you are.
And you want to know what else is entertaining?
Huh.
So the rabbis over at Tel Aviv have uh, thwarted a excavation attempt to find out um, to identify the haplogroup of the current people living in Israel, because it's like, if you truly are the children of Israel, then you have nothing to hide, right?
Right.
Why not let us dig up some old tombs and confirm your heritage?
Oh, interesting. I'm sure they would
They'd love
probably
that, wouldn't they?
yeah, I'm sure they would love that.
Yeah. And you know what's gonna happen, right?
Hmm. I would like to know.
They're gonna find out that that's not their home. Like, everyone's gonna find out that they're not the real Israelites, that they're all fake,
That would be crazy.
and the
That would
fraud is
be
over.
well, it's like this AI bubble, you know? In order to fix the AI bubble, the people that are making the AI bubble and making money off it have to shoot themselves in their own foot and say, "This isn't sustainable. This is a bad idea. We're going to crash the economy. It's not what we said it was." You know? But nobody with skin in the AI game is going to speak against AI, you know? They've all invested. They're all going to go bankrupt if it doesn't work. So they're all saying, buy now. It's a good thing. But they don't mean it. They know it's going to crash. Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. But, I just get the feeling.
Well, it's just there's too much gets pumped into something that's not a natural growth,
Mm,
and
yeah.
there's too much of that. Let's just say.
It's not natural growth. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. That's exactly right. It is an artificially inflated monstrosity.
Here's another thing that was brought to my attention. Are you familiar of it's called the doctrine of Balaam?
Balaam. No, I have not.
Balaam's ruse. So Balaam's ruse is a biblical concept from Numbers and Revelations where the prophet Balaam advised King Balak to corrupt the Israelites with sex and idolatry to bring God's wrath upon them.
Whoa, wait, hold on, hold on. Whoa, hold on. So they are purposely trying to get people to sin against God in order to invoke God's wrath upon them.
Yes.
You know what?
They're
You know what makes
essentially
that not crazy?
they're essentially chumming the waters to corrupt
Yeah.
our nations. Is what
Wow.
they're doing.
And that tracks because of the guy that owns the rabbi that owns Pornhub, that tracks because of how they look at Goyim, It tracks for a lot of different reasons.
He's starting to notice things, right?
Yeah. But though, you know how they have the Shabbat? They're not supposed to do anything on Shabbat, so they have like a Shabbat stairwell, It's like they bend every single rule that they make. Every
Yeah.
single rule they make, they find a way around it. And that was what Jesus was upset about them, or the Pharisees and the Sadducees. He's like, you make burdens that you yourself don't even carry. You teach, but yet you don't follow your own teachings. You're hypocrites. You brood of vipers. You whitewashed tombs.
Jesus Christ calls them hypocrites,
Yeah.
which is great because he brings up a word from Rome that everyone
Yeah.
knows its meaning. He
That is
uses
funny.
he uses a word outside of. It's so great.
It is.
He uses a word outside of the Judaism sect and the Israeli sect, and I think that's the funniest thing because It's it's ironic.
It is. And uh, not unlike that, I am really sensitive to, or I'm becoming more sensitive to French words because we have a lot of French words in our dialect. Revolution, and all the important words seem to be French. But I watched this thing and the guy's like, I don't use French words because I have I don't like the French. I refuse to use French words. And I was stunned by that. I've never heard anybody say they don't like to use words that originate from a certain place, and then here's Jesus using the Roman words that, represent what
Perfectly
would be his,
describes what they
yeah,
are.
yeah,
Hypocrites.
hypocrites.
And you also know that King Herod at that point he was called a half Jew.
Hmm. Interesting.
And that goes with the whole leaven thing. They
Yeah.
aren't who they are because they have mixed with the people of Canaan. And Canaan is it is literally the boogeyman word in the Bible. And
Yes, they
it
weren't supposed
starts
to breed
it
with the
starts from
Canaanites.
yes, God implicitly said to Abraham, "Do not mix with them. Go somewhere else. Go see your fellow tribes up here."
And it was Esau that wanted to get back at his son Jacob, or his father Jacob, because he knew it was a soft point. So he went and he purposely married Canaanite woman. And that's where the Moabites or Edomites, that's where the Edomites came from.
There's a bunch of people that spring off of Canaanites that are troublesome
Yeah. What about
for
those 6-fingered Philistines? Those were bad guys for a while.
are we getting into the yeah,
David
there's
and
so
Goliath and the Philistines that were challenging Israel at the time, saying, "Hey, your God sucks." And then David was like, "You're letting them talk like that?" And it was just this little boy, and he's like, "You know what? My God is stronger than them." And he went and showed him who's
I
boss.
I heard that David originally picked up 5 stones because he intended to kill Goliath's brothers as well.
It would make sense. It would make sense. And it turned out that the brothers were taken care of by David's strong men, which is great because David only had to fight Goliath. His men took care of his 6 brothers, which was awesome. It kind of shows you don't always have to,
You don't have
you
to
know.
fight all the battles yourself because you might encourage other people to fight with you.
Yeah.
And that's what it's all about, is fighting for what's right.
Mm-hmm. And
We're on to something. We're on to something here.
we are. And Jesus said, "I'm here to bring peace, bring not peace but a sword." And I never understood that because he's called the Prince of Peace. Which is
They
interesting.
killed him
Yeah.
because he was. Everyone did, not just the Pharisees and the Sadducees. The Romans did too.
Mm-hmm. They beat
It
him, they
was
whipped him, they crucified him. And I love the story of the thieves on the, here's 2 guys getting executed by the law for doing wrong, and one of them was like totally like, "Please forgive me. I'm sorry. You're not supposed to be here." And then the other one was like, "Haha, you're a loser." He was a total troll, you know? He was a total troll on the other side.
well, yeah. Sometimes it's. Oh, and that's another thing I like to point out. And they didn't write facts on top of the placards. They wrote curses and slandered people on the board. So writing "King of the Jews," that's a complete joke
Yeah.
because it was a mockery of what Jesus was. Is Jesus came back to preach about love and to love one another as if you loved yourself, which is not what people do anymore. If you loved someone else as much as you loved yourself, you
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't be treating other people like shit. You'd
Yeah.
you'd give them just as much attention as you give yourself. And we've had this concept down for a while, but it's like, holy shit, we're lost sheep now. We have no idea what we're doing anymore.
Yeah. And the good news is it wasn't up to us, you know? Like there was nothing we could have done to rectify the situation of our, our entirety, but Jesus came and he came and he died for our sins. And I love that it says in John 3:16 after, God's love the world part, it says God didn't send Jesus into the world to condemn the world, but that
No.
the world was already condemned. We were already in a bad state and there was no helping us. So Jesus
Yeah.
comes, dies, and now it's like, well, we're still in a bad state, but now we have an exit hatch somewhere
And
in
that's
there.
and that's what I was saying earlier is God loved us that he gave us an out. He gave
Yeah.
us a way to leave this. Otherwise, we were truly doomed.
Yep.
That's a good point you brought up.
I've been growing these plants though, and it's really brought me into, this outdoor gardening lifestyle. Plants in general are just kind of more interesting to me these days, and something about that really, is kind of giving me something to do with my extra time, to care for, to watch grow, you know. So
You know what you should do? You should like record yourself going into your orchard and playing like the Hobbit or the Shire music.
Oh, that's a great idea. Yeah. That's funny. I love it. I can see that. I can see that being very funny. I'll have to figure out exactly how to put that together. Absolutely, I'm gonna do that. I'm a hobbit, dude. I like Lord of
Uh,
the Rings.
yeah, I like it too.
It's
I'm
a
not
good
exactly
story.
sure what gave it away.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah. It's funny. It's like The Office. If somebody makes one Office reference, I know that they are an Office person. Same goes for Lord of the Rings. It's the following that those two things gather is such that you aren't a little bit of an Office fan. You watch it all the time. You're not a little bit of a Lord of the Rings fan. You can quote lines from the movie in Elvish.
I'm not that far in that, but oh
Uh,
boy.
yeah, it is my comfort movie. I watched the movies first and read the book later, but um,
Man, listening to the Shire music, just like when I'm watching the movie, it really just it rings, man. It's just I really wish for a place like that, a
yeah,
place where
the Shire.
the Shire I can just walk outside and see my neighbors, wave to them, see that they're like feeding their pigs or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe it's time to go to like just go to a oh, what are they called? Those communities with the people that they do nothing but grow their own stuff, and the Amish community. I'd rather just go to an Amish community now and just like do that.
Yeah, simple life. It's not a bad thing. It's actually preferred.
Plus, you're more rooted into existing.
Yeah,
Which is
you
what
need
we're
the
doing.
crops to grow so that you can eat. Well, the chest was looted. Somebody got to it first, but that's okay. It was a fun run, and we're still out here gooping. I found that it's great this time of day because you can kind of run into the dangerous areas and get out with your life with a bunch of loot because everybody's doing PvE stuff or you know not bothering with PvP this late at night. That's not always the case. I say that and I'll probably get shot, but
Like
most
right
of the
on.
time. Yeah. So I'm always expecting it. I'm not a knock on wood kind of a guy, but if I was, I'd be looking for a piece of wood. I packed up my computer for a week. I didn't do anything that I usually do for a week. I took a whole break from my life for a week. And then when I came back, I was ready to play and be sociable and to make friends and to try it again. And with that spirit, I went into the trader and I just started talking. And both Freud and Battle Proven were there. And I was like, hey, I'll go into black market with you, and next thing you know, we're grouped up going to black market together and talking in Discord, and we just hit it off really quickly.
Yeah, BP is super chill.
Yeah, he is, and very like-minded. He actually encouraged me in Jesus the other day because we were talking about it before we really knew about each other, and I just kind of said, had my falling out with God, and he's like, don't lose hope in Jesus, man. Jesus is the way. And I was like, I liked hearing that from him. That was important. It's just a little encouragement. We're not alone.
I told him that, it's like, I told him don't give up either. Like,
so look, he passed on your encouragement to me.
That's what it's really about. And it's like, it's like I'm not searching for that, but it's like, that's just what it is. It's like, we're all in a ruts here and there.
Yeah.
Some ruts are worse than others, and it's just like, the only thing you can really do is this. It's like, I can't do much more for your life as me.
Yeah.
Besides just tell you the stuff I know, which is like, that's a commodity, hopefully. Like, and there's so much more to learn, and it's like, I was lucky because I had a mentor that knew this esoteric Bible stuff as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I was a bit skeptical of it when I was younger because it really challenged my beliefs. And now it's like, that old bastard was right.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
isn't
like,
that the
and now
realization of the century?
and now it's like, I paid attention pretty good back then to him,
Mm-hmm.
but now I'm like, oh my gosh, it's like, there's so many more things that I could have asked or I could have known. It's like, no matter what, there's not going to be like a 100% transference of knowledge of these subjects.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of what's more terrifying is
Mm-hmm.
it's just the not knowing what the other potential stories could be.
Yeah.
But the gist of it is tiny hats, big problems.
Ooh, that's a cool thing to say. Tiny hats, big problems. That's like penny wise, pound foolish.
Yeah.
You're pinching pennies while wasting pounds.
Yeah.
It's
Or shekels, depending on the.
Yeah, dude, shekels.
Yeah,
We're us Goyim aren't supposed to know that word. Oh shit.
Oh no,
Well, fuck, man. I tell you, I just got back to base. I'm gonna rest here and take it easy the rest of the night. I hope I get to see you again. I hope you jump back in and do some more chatting later.
Yeah, I just kind of like vanish and then come up when you least suspect me. But it's when I'm needed the most.
That's
It
right,
seems.
man. You're the hero we need, but not the hero we deserve.
I'm like Gandalf, dude. I show up right at the right turn of the
Wizard
tide.
always arrives precisely when he means to.
Exactly.
Fucking awesome, man. Well, you have a good night, Smite, and it was good talking to you, man.
It's good talking to you, and I'll see you around.
You got it, brother. Bye. And for all my audience, that was quite the episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you have a great night and a fabulous week. We'll talk to you later. Bye.